I'm your Black Lex today, baby. Now you ain't never gotta like me, that shit is overrated. You need a hero to love, I'll be the villain that you hated. When it's all said and done, you gon' love me. Me kissing babies, fucking ladies thinking of me. Cause I'm the villain, the bad guy, the one that's supposed to lose. But I'm American, baby, so the rules all skewed for me. Steal your identity, fuck up your credit for free. Police know it's stolen, but they still make you pay the fee. And you don't respect me, for real? I'm the one that's showing you what the real world is. All these backroom deals for your kids' future. My financial aid hustle keep your kids mooching. And while you motherfuckers still stupid, the Statue of Liberty married the country, divorced and now the bitch still moving. With half of the money, alimony, child support. You know what's up when I be winning in the court, cause I'm the villain, the bad guy, the numero uno, the one that y'all hate to see. Cause I'm the big dog, the head honcho, H-N-I-C, everybody wants to be. Damn right, I'm the villain, the bad guy, the numero uno, the one that y'all hate to see. Cause I'm the big dog, the head honcho, H-N-I-C, everybody wants to be. They try to tell me thou shalt not steal. In the same church they tell me Jesus white, is they for real? They try to say the land of the free, minus the slavery, plus the fact that you pay for land these folks stole for free. And you wanna be Superman. Did you forget that Lex Luthor became the president? You lacking common sense, that's why the villain lives. That's why the villain's right. They turn on Superman, man, they turn on Jesus Christ. Even the devil got teams like Arizona State, Duke, the state of Jersey. The man say you're sold and he can't get a jersey. Y'all go to church on Sunday and you claim you're worthy. That's why I got my credit and I'm charging 10%. You finish paying me and you gon' pay me triple, bitch. So why'd I be a hero when a villain gets paid? And women like paid, so the villain gets laid. So I'ma be the villain, the bad guy, the numero uno, the one that y'all hate to see. Cause I'm the big dog, the head honcho, H-N-I-C, everybody wants to be. Damn right, I'm the villain, the bad guy, the numero uno, the one that y'all hate to see. Cause I'm the big dog, the head honcho, H-N-I-C, everybody wants to be.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail. More importantly, you finna listen to this topic. Black men don't have to be perfect. And this for all the brothers who've been just doing the right thing, you know. But I'm gonna include, we don't have to be perfect even when it's compared to other black men who are dysfunctional, okay? So this is for all the cats out here who just doing the right thing, you know, trying to live the best life they can live. And people like to hit them with all of this BS about you need to be this, you need to be that, you're not good enough, you're not big enough, you're not rich enough, you're not whatever enough, right? People always have an excuse. So before you start getting down on yourself and go, man, I'm not this, I'm not that, I'm not this, I'm not that, I'm going to tell you flat out, you don't have to be perfect. You don't. Because, you know, since people want to play this game, let's talk about how imperfect the people are who want you to be perfect. You get what I'm saying? You got racially, white America wants black men to be perfect. Be this, be that. You know, you need to be the smartest. You need the most perfect person. You need to be a cookie cutter image of Jesus Christ. And it's like, listen, man, shut up. You know, your culture has spent hundreds of years being dysfunctional degenerates and demons. All to turn around and go, well, I'm really good because I have more money than you now. You need to be perfect. No, I don't. No, I don't. You know, your whole culture is criminality. Shut up about me having to be perfect. You know, you need to work on you being perfect. Oh, there are black people dealing drugs. There are white people running criminal organizations that black people deal drugs from. Do you have to fix them, guys? No, you don't, right? Because hey, they're just human beings who don't have to be perfect. They're just capitalists. So before you concern yourself with America's depiction of what you need to be to make America feel comfortable, you can tell America to kiss your ass. You know, and one of my favorite shows would go, and that's real talk. You don't have to be perfect. I'm sick of this. When it comes to, you know, all of you groups of non-black people who, you know, somehow us black men living offends you. And let me say it this way. No, I'll get to that next. After this. We don't have to be some docile black man to make you feel comfortable because you're insecure. You need to get over yourself. Nobody came around you. You know, we don't walk around thinking about stuff like, oh, I hope this guy, you know, my daughter isn't attracted to this non-black guy. Oh, I hope he doesn't defile her. Oh, I hope. We don't do all that stupid stuff because it's stupid. It makes utterly no sense. You know, I don't have a daughter, but I have a little cousin and she's a girl and I don't want this guy to look at her in some sexual way, so I'm gonna hate the guy. Listen, we don't have to be perfect. That's your mental problem. That is your mental issue, you know, and by the way, you need to keep that to yourself. And now I'm gonna go get into what I'm about to get into on the other aspect. For all you black people and non-black people who like to, you know, pigeonhole black culture to criminality, and even the guys who are black and were in criminality to go, you know what I'm saying? This is the culture. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. We get, you know, we're tired of being lumped in with criminals. And the irony of it is, these criminals get a long laundry list of things they can do and somehow be redeemed, and they have the ability to repent and have the ability to grow and be a new person. It's just a regular, you know, average or even just above average black dude that's not really causing no problems to nobody. That's who, you know, people go, well, you're not perfect. You know, you're not perfect. Yeah, I was out there gang banging and shooting people and dealing drugs, and I was trying to pimp and I was robbing people and breaking into people's houses. But now, you know, I've changed and I found Jesus. I can be redeemed. But you, who's never gang banged and never dealt drugs and never tried to pimp and actually never stole from nobody, you got to be perfect. You you can go to hell. You can go to hell because it's stupid. It's a stupid ideology. Because then it feeds into that other thing, you know. Let's talk about what's going on in the pen, in the penitentiary, in the jails. Let's talk about how we gonna go as a people. We don't want to hear all that. It's not. No, 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 no. Your criminality ain't my problem. Just because you want to be degenerate does not mean that I have to be perfect, you know, to cover up your dysfunction. Not finna happen. You know, fix your own situation. You know, that's the gist of that. Now, you know, I'm gonna go in a bunch of different directions. When you're a young man and you're in school getting an education, look around you. You're the only you as a black man, as a black boy, a black teen, a black young man. You're gonna be the only one in your class that's gonna have these unrealistic expectations. You gonna have all groups: white, Hispanic, Asian, Arab, you know, Muslim, whatever you want to call it, right? You're gonna even have the young black girls and young black women act a complete utter ass. Nothing happens. There's always an excuse. But you, on the other hand, you have to be perfect. If you're a good student, it ain't good enough. But if everybody else is a good student, oh, we're gonna figure out something to make them a better student to pump them up higher. You could be like, listen, man, I don't listen. I do my work. I don't have to be perfect for you because for the fact of the matter is this: if your education is teaching me that you're gonna give everybody else a pass and give me the hardest road possible, so maybe you need to learn something too as a teacher. And then they go, I don't know why they don't like us. I don't know why they're acting like this. Maybe because when they walk in the door, everybody else damn near calling y'all bitches and hoes, and y'all say absolutely nothing. See, and I'm about to put this out there. See, if you're not a black male, you can fight a teacher and still be in school. Isn't that ironic? You can cuss out a teacher and still be in class. You can throw stuff in the classroom and still be in class. You can threaten the teacher and still be in class. You probably could threaten the principal and still be at the school. You see how that works? So I'm not telling you young fellas to do any of that crazy stuff when you're in school, but I just want you to know you don't have to be perfect. Because I've seen it just like you've seen it. You got to have common sense for sure, but you don't have to be perfect. You know, even I get on y'all with y'all weird old dress code, because y'all do, you young folks, y'all do got a weird old dress code in my opinion. But I'm not going to sit here and act like every kid, all these other kids of other races, they ain't walking around the school in pajamas and Crocs and flip-flops. That's where that came from. That didn't come from black kids. All of them walking around in Crocs and flip-flops and pajama pants, that wasn't really, no. Call a spade. All of that coming super duper casual, that was on everybody else. And because it was on everybody else, the school didn't care. The school didn't care until, the black boys are doing it now. We have a problem. No, you've been had a problem. You just didn't want to address it because, it wasn't color coordinated at the time. The same thing when it comes to this gang apparel. Y'all don't say nothing to these other kids walking around here with gang apparel on. Or the idea of gang apparel. Y'all just let them just rock. Just let them rock. They wearing the colors. They flagging. They throwing up signs in the hallways. Everything is ignored. Everything is ignored. And then, it's the black boys. Nah. So fellas, you ain't got to be perfect. I just had to say that. Here's another thing. And we got to go down this rabbit hole too. I'm going to move forward in life. Because one of the reasons I'm making this is because, and I might make a video at some point about this. I got a clip of John Thompson. If anybody who doesn't know who John Thompson is, he was the former coach. He was the former coach of Georgetown. He passed away. I don't like that ski mask thing at all. Trust me. I'll get to that in a second, Cynical. Matter of fact, let me do that now. Once I finish this, John Thompson was like, I don't like the John Thompsons of the world. John Thompson and I think he said Nolan Richardson, who both won national championships. Or Tubby. It was Tubby Smith. It's like, I don't like the John Thompsons and the Tubby Smiths. Because he said, we got to be perfect. We can't get hired. You can only hire a black person if he's perfect. But you can hire all of these unsuccessful everybody else's just because. He's like, I don't want to be perfect to get the job. That's not what I'm on. So that's the thing. And let me go back to what Cynical said. You see teenagers wearing ski masks. Absolutely. The problem I have with that is, and I'm going to just be flat out about it. It's the teenagers that had the trench coats on that was really doing the most. I think wearing a ski mask is stupid, personally. I think it's inviting you to get shot at. Hey y'all, I just want to be, I want to look like I'm gonna rob everybody, but but don't treat me like I look like I'm about to rob everybody. I think that's stupid. I do. But at some point, we got to tell these kids, hey man, if you want to walk around like you robbing people, you might get shot, right? And when they give you that dumb speech of, nah, man, I'm just expressing myself. Okay, all right, express yourself. They're not hiding from nobody. They're not hiding from. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something. And this is that whole I got ops culture. You're talking about young people who wear the same clothes all the time. They don't have like a 37 mask that they wear for different occasions that match with different outfits. I don't give a damn how that you wear a mask every day. They wearing the same damn mask. Everybody know who it is. That's just unfortunately, that's the point. They bought a mask to think they was different, and they wear the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. So everybody know who they are. But back to the lecture at hand. Black men don't have to be perfect. Here's the thing. When you grow up and you get into parenting and fatherhood, you don't have to be perfect. Let me just be honest with you. You don't have to be perfect. And the reason why I say that is because you see mothers fucking up all the time. Every fucking day. 5 out of 7 days a week, they fucking up. But somehow it's your mama. She's a mother. You gotta understand it's a mother. Your mother's a mother. Your mother's a mother. But some of y'all have this, mama could crucify you, but that's my mama. If dad cuss you out one time, I hate you for. Look, man, black man, you ain't got to be. If they want to go down that path, let them go down that path. That's stupid. It's stupid. Just the family court is the same way, black men. You don't have to be perfect. You got to walk in the court. Did you ever do anything that could harm the baby? What are you talking about? No. Did you ever breathe on the baby if you had a cold? I don't know. I don't think so. You might have breathed on the baby one day when you had a common cold. You need to be supervised watching the kid. You could kill a kid. What the fuck are you talking about? Yes, we got video of you, video of the mother, driving around, riding a kid on a motorcycle at 1.5 years old. But that's not as bad as you breathing around a kid if you had a cold. So no, sir. So my personal opinion, fuck the family court. Because you don't have to be perfect. I'm gonna just be honest with you. The judges is not perfect, but somehow they could still be judges and nobody says a word. The lawyers cannot be perfect, but somehow they still get fucking paid for being pieces of shit. You know what I'm saying? So all of a sudden, the mothers could damn near kill a kid and keep the kid, but you got to be perfect. Man, tell them to kick rocks with that bullshit. You don't have to be perfect, man. And the reason I say that is because, in a general sense, the reason why I'm telling brothers you don't have to be perfect is there comes a point in your life where you realize people are just making obstacles for you to jump over and hoops for you to jump through just because they can, because all of society's in on this dumb game. Give a black man a hard time. Why? You got one group. I think his dick bigger than mine. We got to give him a hard time. You got this other group. I want to be him, but I don't. Everybody want to be a nigga, but don't nobody want to be a nigga, so I hate him. Give him a hard time. Then you got this other group. I was raised in a society where I'm supposed to be better than you by birth, and if I think that if I can see that you're a better person than me, we can farm like Voltron to try to screw up your life for a time period. It makes sense. No, it doesn't. So stop worrying about these goofy ass people. You don't have to be perfect. You don't. I'm just being honest. You don't have to be perfect. You need to fit the corporate model of what a person needs to be. Man, tell them, man, stuff your corporate model. Because if your corporate model works so much, how come your corporations ain't working? You see what I'm saying? Black man, you don't have to be perfect. Look at the country we live in. 400 years later, people still going, well, we're not a perfect country. We're not a perfect nation. We have issues. We have flaws. This country ain't never tried to fix shit. So stop acting like, if there's right and there's wrong in life. If you're doing right and people have a problem with it, tell them to kiss your ass. If you're doing wrong and people have a problem with it, that makes sense. But we live in a world where, if you're doing wrong, it's glorified. And here's another thing about being glorified, by the way. This, going back to the title, this is why you don't have to be perfect. Because you see black men glorified for being dysfunctional all the damn time. All the time. Oh, look, you can see it on YouTube. Oh, I was dealing drugs and I was locked up for 37 years because I was just out here doing the most. Yeah. 100,000 views to say that stupid shit. You see some of these favorite entertainers out here being utter idiots. Just doing dumb shit. Just making everybody look bad. But hey, everybody get to see it. Double click. Hit them with a like. Hit them with a love. Yeah, I like to see them acting ignorant. It's like, yo. It's like, oh, okay. It's like, oh, okay. This is what we doing? Everybody loves it. Everybody loves it. But when somebody is just being honest, candid, real about what's going on, or just life in general, well, brother, you know what I'm saying? He who is without sin should cast the first stone. Man, shut up. You shot up a house and almost killed the baby. Shut your ass up. And let's go to that. Even, when it comes to the laws of America, you know how many criminals are in law enforcement? You know how many things that they didn't covered up over the years? You need to be a law-abiding citizen. The fucking police ain't even law-abiding citizens. Especially when it comes to black men. The lawyers ain't law-abiding citizens. The judges ain't law-abiding citizens. All of a sudden, all that law and Christianity and God-fearing shit, that shit go out the window. But you got to be a perfect person. You brothers don't break the law. And I'm not a fan of breaking the law. But I'm going to be honest with you. That shit is relative. You know why I say that? Because somehow when you see white folks, meeting up at gas stations, 30 muscle cars deep, racing in the middle of the fucking night, nobody ever gets arrested. Damn. But you got to be perfect. Make sure you don't get a speeding ticket, but this is, we don't want no criminality here. Oh, except for the white guys and the Hispanic guys out here, in the Corvettes, and the Nissan GTRs and the cars, and the Camaros and the Mustangs and the Hellcats just racing in the middle of the fucking night, 180 miles an hour, filming it on YouTube and never get a ticket or arrested, but get millions of views and get paid for it, and nobody says anything except for that shit, right? But you got to be perfect. Get the hell out of here. We're worried about gangs. Stop it. Just stop it. Just had it. Even on YouTube, fellas, if y'all want to say something, say it, man. YouTube is so full of shit. Real talk. couple of years ago, if you was a man and you put makeup on and had lipstick and a wig on, beard, mustache, no beard, no mustache, and you say, "Hey girl, hey queen, this is my channel, and I just want to talk about how you make Kool-Aid." Yeah. Somehow 1,000,000 views, right? Stop it. So you don't even you don't have to be perfect. Stop. You don't have to say the right thing. You got brothers on here just being the most ignorant people on the world. Oh yeah. I keep seeing clips of Mendici talking about, he put a, I was going to the plug and the plug said, "What's your mama address?" And I gave him his mama address. And I'm like, bro, I'm gonna tell you something. Let me be honest with you. He can't say nothing to nobody for the rest of his life. It's fair in love and war. Shut your bitch ass up. Ain't no, see, I'm glad you said something stupid like that. Where's the love? See, you might even, first of all, let me say it this way. This is why you said you ain't got to be perfect. Because as a black man, you don't know where the war, we don't even know what the war is. People at war with us, they don't even have a fucking reason. What's the real reason behind the war? I don't like you because you do stuff that my people do. Right. So why don't you, but you like your people? That don't make no sense. Drop the link. Okay, Jesus. No problem. I got you. Hold up. If you do something stupid on this, I'm gonna watch in the back chat first. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna watch in the back chat first. That's what I'm gonna do. Oh, it's fair in love and war because we're at war because when I was a kid, you dunked on me on a basketball court. We're at war for life. We're at war. Ain't no love, so let's get that bullshit out the way. See, this is what I'm talking about. But you don't have to be perfect. You got to, let me take this a step further. Oh, okay. Let me take this a step further. When it comes to, and it's no nice way to say what I'm about to say. When it comes to business or just trying to do things in life, all these people get leeway to just be utter screw ups and get second and third and fourth and fifth and 17th chances. That's what happens, right? So I'm gonna say it like this: you don't have to be perfect. You don't. Don't even worry about that. You don't have to be perfect. Just know you're gonna have a shorter leash than everybody else. All I see is a white screen. Okay. Hold up. Yeah.
Yo.
What's up?
What's up with you?
You Los?
That's me.
Okay. What's good? So what's all fair in love and war?
All fair in love and war. Okay. When you love somebody, you basically have to accept that motherfucker for what you accepting them for what the fuck they got. You already know their potential, you know they ups, they downs. So you're like, okay, either I'm gonna fuck with you or I'm not. See what I'm saying? So if a motherfucker do you dirty after you done already went with the program, that's on you. You made a fucked up decision. You really can't blame the other individual.
You can.
You can, look, but it ain't gonna do you no good.
I'm gonna say it like this. If in some ways you're saying, if I'm a fucked up person and you accept I'm a fucked up person, if I do something fucked up to you, you got to deal with that. No, you gonna have to. Somebody gonna bust your ass for that.
That ain't what I'm saying though. What I'm saying is this. Okay, you know this motherfucker's a weasel, but let's say this motherfucker got the plug. All right. Now if you go fuck with this motherfucker trying to get that thing, then you can't be mad when the motherfucker play because you already know what the fuck he was about. You took the risk by going to fuck with him. All is fair in love and war.
That ain't love and war. That's just a bunch of hoe shit. Because when you in a situation where it's a plug and a weasel, you on some dumb shit too.
Well, again, you gotta understand everybody in different lanes in this bitch, man. We ain't come over here necessarily willingly. So everybody in this bitch is in the motherfucking in the mud, man. So some niggas gonna go to school, some niggas gonna be in the street. When you in a war, you got to do what the fuck you gotta do to get the fuck on your moves. That's it.
The
All
thing
the
about
crime. Go ahead.
the thing about it is when it comes, and I said this earlier about the street stuff. If you choose to be in the streets, that's on you. The street culture is
Man,
not
the
the
streets,
whole.
when you open the door, they right there.
The street
Yeah.
culture is not the majority of black culture, and that's the issue. Like
We not saying that. Did I say? I ain't say that.
no.
though.
I'm not saying you saying that.
Okay.
I'm not saying you saying that.
But when
But
you talk about street culture, you simultaneously talking about black culture.
no, you're not.
You are too, and I'm
No,
gonna break
you're
it
not.
down to you. Watch this. I'm gonna give it to you. Okay. When you talk about street culture, you talking about the system actually is trying to they trying to basically put a label on which everything you doing because you already a fucking slave. Okay? So now they've lifted the title of you as a slave, drop you African American, and they created 1,000,001 stereotypes of you. And this is how they get you now. It's psychological warfare. You don't have to do shit no more. Your own peoples is gonna call the police on you. You start talking too much of anything that make them feel like their little job, their degree, anything the system done already hit them with, meritorious manumissions, the nigga gonna be like, oh man, you talking that? I'm about to call. Your own family gonna call on you. You in a war. And you put them in jeopardy when you start talking anything outside of what they feel would be contradictory to what the system would consider to be legitimate. And like you said, it's a criminal empire, so ain't nothing legit. You in a war.
It's definitely a criminal empire. But here's the thing.
So how you gonna follow the law in a criminal empire? What rules you gonna follow?
Here's the thing about the rebelliousness of it, though. There comes a point where you got to ask the question, like, am I going towards the streets because that's all I got, or am I going towards the streets because that's what I wanted to do?
Well, the thing is this: when I say the streets, everything you doing, okay, you motherfuckers is losing their job. You got motherfuckers that got degrees
for sure.
in all various areas of life, and they out here fucked up right now. Never saw this shit coming. But if you from the streets, guess what? You knew that shit was right there around the corner any day now.
Yeah, but okay, I'm gonna say it like this, and it's gonna be my just how I grew up. When I think of street culture, I think of people who aren't productive because most of them didn't pay attention in school. They didn't like playing sports. They didn't like doing outside activities outside of the school or sports. They was just walking around doing nothing, and then they got involved in the streets because they were just doing nothing. Now I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna say that's 100%. I know it's like about 10-20% of people's actually doing stuff and involved in that, but most of these people were just not doing nothing.
Well, when you talk about the system, you see what I'm saying? You talk about the police, and you talk about the city council, you talk about these various organizations within your own community that's already set up and got you slated for them jails that they already then got private contracts on. So when people acting like shit just happening in the streets, the streets was created by the system. That's the only avenue they give you when you a slave and you outside of the actual system of economics because they marginalized you. Only thing they gonna give you is the under market.
No,
so that's the streets. That's it. Now watch this. I'm gonna show you something. Okay, you had well, first of all, you got Jim Crow. That right there said a black man can only have this, one pair of shoes, one pair of pants. So you couldn't even get none of this shit would even make this. This is what's crazy about black people. They fighting for shit that back in the day you wouldn't have even been able to even touch.
I'm gonna say this, and I get what you're saying about Jim Crow. When
I say Jim Crow and all of that, this is all military. These are all military actions that was taken on black people at certain parts of our history being here behind enemy lines, man. Go ahead.
Well, here's the thing. And I brought this up earlier about the street culture not being black culture, and that's why I said black men who not in the streets really don't you don't have to be perfect because everybody else is so flawed. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
When it comes to that street culture, it's you better off figuring it out outside of the streets because the streets ain't doing nothing.
Watch this. I'm gonna ask you something. L.A.R, let me ask you a question. Where the fuck would you be without the goddamn streets? Where would your mentality be that got you through all that shit the system threw at you? If it wasn't for the lessons you learned as a young cat growing up in the hood, you wouldn't even. That's what made you sharp going off to school, going into the corporate world. Your street knowledge, you took it and you formatted it for going into the private world, the commercial world.
Yeah, but the thing about it is street smarts. Part of street smarts is knowing when you see sucker shit. And it's a lot of sucker shit in the streets. It's a lot of sucker people in the streets. It's a lot of people on bullshit in the streets. So you can see that in every faction of life.
Bullshit on your job. It's people on bullshit in school. So bullshit everywhere. So just why the streets? See, this is what listen to you. You trying to exile black men and you condemning them at the same time. As soon as you say something about the streets, nigga, you shitting on black men. Cause that's where the fuck we come from.
No, it ain't.
You say something about the streets,
we don't come from the streets. We don't come from the streets.
That's why the system uses it, this little hood stereotype. Because as soon as you say streets, everybody, bro, Malcolm came out the streets. Marcus Garvey came out the streets of Jamaica. So you talking about some of the greatest men in the world coming out the streets, man. So you can't shit. The streets is what make motherfuckers like that.
No,
you ain't gonna get that out of them, university. You gonna get that right off the block.
First of all,
get niggas like Malcolm right off the block.
Here's the issue.
Shit like that in the motherfucking going to these schools.
Here's the issue. Don't mistake somebody who actually is reformed for somebody who's always in the streets. Once Malcolm left the streets, he left the streets.
L.A.R.
He left all that street shit out. None that you think about that's righteous and Malcolm came from the street.
The day he died, that's where
Malcolm was not a street nigga to the day.
Utilize all his vernacular, man.
Malcolm was not a street nigga to the day he died. That's why he got killed, because he was not gonna do that sucker shit.
Bro, street nigga don't necessarily mean you selling dope or you running some type of fucking guns or nothing. You just a motherfucker that your community is right there. So a street nigga might be a nigga that never even did no dirt. He might have just built businesses up and shit in his community.
Let's keep it 100. Them street niggas don't build up the community. Street niggas don't build businesses and give opportunities to the hood.
Niggas, you talking about hood niggas. It's
the same thing.
No, it's not.
It's the same. We're not gonna make 37 definitions and get white.
Very separate definition.
No, it's not.
If you wasn't out there like that, L.A.R, you not gonna know the difference, bro. See, I'm a little older than you.
You sure?
Look, I've listened to some of your videos. I like the way you drop some of your information, but I still hear some of that young boy in you. Cause
I'm 44, man. I ain't young.
Bro, y'all come from another generation. Y'all on the backside of Gen X, bro. So y'all got this little young entertainment shit with this revolutionary shit, and it won't be televised, man.
It's no revolution. The streets is not a revolution. Let me say, there comes a point where people gotta take into consideration. There's what people fantasize the streets to be, and there's what the streets actually are.
That's with anything, bro. If a motherfucker don't know the motherfucking lanes, then anything you touch is gonna be based on your own perception. But when you've been there and you done that, you know what this shit is about. That's why I said it's a difference between hood niggas and street niggas. Just like it's a difference between a pookie and a motherfucker that go handle his business. He might be in the street and he might put in 40 a day, 40 a week. You know what I'm saying? That's a street nigga. He gonna be doing probably both. And he gonna be low key with his shit. So this is what it is. But see, you might not have grew up around niggas that was doing it like that.
You sure?
I'm just saying, because you acting like you don't know the distinction. Yeah, I'm just saying, you said ain't no difference. The hood nigga, street nigga, same thing.
Let me say, everybody who's from the hood is from the hood. But there are people who just do dumb shit. And it's like
hood shit.
It's dumb shit.
Hood shit.
If it was in the suburbs, it'd be dumb shit. If it was in the
talking about hood shit, though.
It's still hood shit. No matter where you at, it's just hood. When I'm talking about hood, it's dumb shit.
But I'm talking about hood shit. A hood nigga versus a street nigga.
It's the same dumb shit.
It's not.
There is nothing honorable.
Nigga might be putting in 40 and making bread, making his moves, and he dropped his 40 for the week Cause he got a family and he got businesses and shit. So these are what street niggas do. They know how to legitimize money that you get from other avenues.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do. This is what street niggas do. Now,
man,
hood
listen,
niggas, hood niggas go out and fuck off bread. Yeah. Okay, I agree with that. That's hood niggas. I'm talking about street niggas. Solid niggas. If you don't know the difference, you better go holler at somebody.
No, it's not. The reason I say it's no difference because that's part of the fantasy. The fantasy is that like it's people who was in the streets that made good and they do all of these business type things.
Was Bumpy Johnson a street nigga? Have you studied Bumpy Johnson?
Really?
Was Bumpy Johnson a street nigga?
Bumpy Johnson was just a criminal like everybody else at the time.
Now,
he's a criminal that got pushed out by the Italians. What was the difference
between him and Eisenhower? See, this is what I'm talking about. You acting like you venerating black men, but you shitting on them at the same time. You trying to step for you trying to stand up for a specific type of black man, the type of nigga that you trying to stand up for the type of nigga that you represent, that you think you represent.
So Bumpy Johnson,
you trying to make like we just a clean nigga. I'm a clean nigga. I don't sell dope. I don't drink.
Don't matter.
Man, don't nobody give a fuck about it. What that got to do with it? If a nigga smoke some weed and he still take care of his family, honest dude, what the fuck he smoking weed got to do with anything?
Well, first of all, I grew up in one of them houses.
Man, you hear what I'm saying, bro? You not really
okay. Oh, let me say
it like that.
No. What I think is street. When you saying that, you know what it tells me?
Bro, you gotta been out there.
No. See, that's the thing, bro.
Nah, if you ain't fucking made them play.
It becomes an issue where let's just use the weed and drug thing, right? That don't make you real. Even if you was in the street making plays, that don't make you real.
Hold on. I didn't say smoking weed make you real. I said it don't hint saying you ain't real. Now, I'm trying to tell you is, and I know you can understand this, L.A.R, because you a smart dude, and see what y'all younger niggas, what y'all do is, y'all take a piece of the truth, and y'all start to put the cut on it with all that bullshit from y'all's little generation. But we old niggas, man, we come straight with it. Either it is or it ain't.
This is where it's
between.
This is where it's problematic.
Real niggas, if you talking about real niggas, first of all, you gonna really 9 times out of 10, the nigga gonna be out the street.
I'm gonna say it this way.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say it this way, fam. When it comes to
nigga, when it comes to had no struggle. What nigga you know come from suburbs?
Everybody has struggle, but just because you had a struggle, don't mean you gotta go to the streets.
Bro, you coming out of the fucking streets is the black community. That still don't mean
you gotta go to the streets.
The streets is the black community.
No, it's not.
Where's the difference? That's why when white people be like, I'm about to go to the hood, I'm going where the niggas is at.
Bro, I grew up in New Orleans, west side of Chicago, and the DMV. You don't have to go to the streets.
Bro, the streets is the black community. When they say the streets is simultaneous, that's why poverty, when they talk about poverty, it's simultaneous with black people because they keep us in the poor sections for the majority.
I get the poverty. I definitely get the poverty.
That's where the streets
I definitely get the
creation,
poverty,
bro.
But
the streets is the creation. The streets come from them bringing your ass from Africa and dumping you over here and leaving you with nothing. So what you did was, nigga, you created your shit. From what
created what?
From what they left.
Hold on.
Okay, I'm gonna show you this. This is why I asked you about Bumpy Johnson.
Hold on. This is I get what you're saying, but this is what I mean. Yeah. Bumpy Johnson, you could say Bumpy Johnson's hood street, whatever you want to say it.
No.
Listen. Hold up. But don't act like Bumpy Johnson is like Gerald Lawson. You get what I'm saying?
Do you know the history of the dude? Now you a smart dude, man. I want you to research the nigga first before you start giving all this breakdown on him, bro. Research Bumpy and see what he did. He dealing with white gangsters, nigga, at a time where they don't even talk to niggas. He make cutting deals because they gotta cut him in. That's how much pull he had. When you talk about the numbers, when you look at the numbers that they got today playing the lottery, this US, they got that shit out the black community. These was different venues we created in order to make revenue because the white system had locked us out, bro. So the streets was the only way we had to win. So we started selling little homemade beer and shit. My grandma and them used to make homemade beer in the tub, nigga. A nickel a bottle type shit. This is what we had to do. This is what we
people
had
farm
to do.
too, man.
Bro, this is what we had to do to survive. This is what you had to do. A lot of times, look, women selling their body back then, that's what they had to do to make some money, man. The fuck, nigga gotta survive and feed the family. So this is what the white man left you.
So you trying to tell me that you didn't have people who was mechanics, you didn't have people working on the railroads, you
Bro,
didn't have people
niggas
that was
ain't
in
have
the
enough
military,
money
you didn't have people that
collectively.
no,
You in slavery, man. Where you going to get some railroad shit at? You in
listen,
slavery.
Man, listen. There comes a point where, like you were saying a minute ago, I ain't hood enough. I'm trying to tell you, you ain't well rounded enough at this point.
I ain't saying you ain't hood enough, bruh. What I'm telling you is you lacking knowledge and information about times when these terms and this shit came to pass. And you shitting on old school niggas that you really don't even know about because you trying to validate your position. What I'm saying is, hold up with your position. Get some more. Go ahead. Bumpy Johnson was the raw nigga, man. Stand up nigga. We need more Bumpy Johnsons.
No, we don't.
Who we
need? The fuck we don't.
What we need? Who we need?
We need more Malcolms. We need more Megas.
Man, Malcolms are products of the street. They products of the streets. So you gotta go get them little niggas out the street.
Is not a product of the street. Fred Hampton is not a product of the street.
Yeah, he is.
Martin Luther King was not a product of the street.
Fred Hampton wasn't from the ghettos. Black American.
Dude.
Malcolm X went from the ghettos to Black American. Come on, bro. See, look, this is what happened with y'all, man. Y'all too young, bro. Y'all too young.
Here's the thing. Don't make street synonymous with criminality and then make street synonymous with all black people at the same time to fit in who you want.
When you talk about streets, you talking about the hoods, the ghettos, man. This is where the black community predominantly resides. That's where the whole shit come from. So when you say streets, it's simultaneous. Y'all niggas ain't been out there. Every time y'all probably was gonna get, bro, y'all get scared. And yeah, niggas went to jail, but it's a lot of niggas that got bread and got the fuck out the game and did well. But y'all ain't talking about them niggas. Y'all keep talking about, oh, this nigga got killed. And man, you in a war. The streets is what you gonna have. That's
okay. Let's do this. Who you at war with?
No. Look, see, now here you go. Now you doing that white people shit.
No,
man. And
I'm asking a legitimate question.
Why do you think this imaginary? Nigga, I just said we was in slavery. When we get free?
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you that. When they free us?
Emancipation or
man? Come on, big. Get with me now. Seriously, when did they free the black man and black woman and say, listen, we done you wrong all these 300-400 years. Here go some land, some bread.
Oh, that shit never happened.
Oh, so.
But I'm not gonna turn around and go. You know what? I need to sell dope because
L.A.R. L.A.R. What are we doing then? Now you at school, you sending your children to their schools to get brainwashed. They don't even know the history that we know. Y'all wonder why they acting all goofy and shit. Nigga, cause y'all niggas was over there trying to get jobs. Nigga, you ain't tell them you ain't do your job. Now you trying to clown them.
Okay.
Now you clowning them for the fucking, y'all sold out. Y'all went to school and sold out. Ain't nobody really talking about no. I be hearing niggas on this YouTube. I'm like, man, they got smoke for everybody but the beast, man.
Hold
like the white man.
I'm gonna ask this question.
Huh?
What were the streets teaching?
Bro, you just said we need more Malcolms, and I told you Malcolm comes out of the streets.
No, Malcolm does not come out of the streets.
Yes, he is. It was him going to jail, having to deal with the system on his highest levels to put him in under his lowest point, and he rebuilt himself and came out, and he used his mind on a whole new level. He was ready going back to the crib. He was basically, his dad was a
when it comes,
Garveyite.
Let me just say,
did you know Malcolm's dad was a Garveyite? So he was at Garvey meetings. He was at UNIA meetings when he was a little boy. So he was already prepped for this shit, man.
So you trying to tell me the streets was more influential to Malcolm than the nation?
100,000%, man. That's why the nation sold him out.
No.
He blew his motherfucking wig back, left his family in the streets to die. And so who was more influential, the streets or the nation? The nation tried to wipe him out to wipe his family out. So who was more influential for him?
You wouldn't know him if it wasn't for the nation.
Man, if you wouldn't know that nigga if he wasn't on the preaching on the soapbox on the street corner, nigga.
You wouldn't know who Malcolm is if it wasn't for the nation.
Bro, Malcolm was going on the corners in the hood, hollering at young niggas, raising them up. The same niggas you talk about, fuck them little niggas. Them is all that bullshit. Them is your Malcolms right there, nigga.
No, it's not.
Take your ass out there in the hood.
No, it's not.
And go get them little young boys.
No, it's not.
Listen, we at an age now, we older. Them young boys is still getting sweated by the police, getting patted down for no reason and shit. We in here talking on this motherfucking line because we comfortable, nigga. The game's still on. The war's still on, nigga. They out there gobbling little young niggas up,
You know,
gobbling the little sisters up.
Okay, I'm gonna
And
tell
you
you.
acting like you don't know what's going on.
Since we're gonna get on that part, right?
Talk to me.
You know, and I'm from that group. You know, I'm from the era where all the black men, you know, they got a gun pulled on them by the cops.
Me
I'm
too.
from that. So here's
watch this. Nigga just do a case on me at 45, bro. Support. Watch this. Child support case off a case that I went down and filed a motion for discovery and got it dismissed. The state ain't even had no evidence on file. When I filed my motion, they ain't know what I was doing, but I was getting ready to go to jail for driving without no motherfucking operator's license for child support the whole time. When I go file my motion for discovery, they ain't even got nothing on file for me. The judge give these motherfuckers 14 days to put something on record. They never respond. They never let my license or nothing go, bro. They opened up another case. Didn't send me no motherfucking didn't send me certified mail. Open another case under another case number, and then put a warrant out on me. They don't even know I'm rolling. They think I'm cool, and boom. So then when they lock me up at 45, I go in 61 days in here, because when I go to court, these motherfuckers trying to make me sign a guilty plea, saying that I knew about the goddamn court order the whole time. I said, bitch, how much how much is the court? What was I paying? What was the amount for the child? It's one child. It was never no court order. She basically told me, I'm gonna sit you in here, man, until you motherfucking sign this motherfucking guilty plea. Now, let's see what's up with that. I'm at 45 years old. I'm ready to jump over in here and smack the fuck up. Man, this shit crazy. See,
that's some whole shit. I'm not gonna say that's not whole shit. That's whole shit.
But that's street shit. So when I seen how they was moving, I said, okay, y'all motherfuckers on some street shit. Fuck it then. So guess what I did? I went ahead and copped that plea, got out, got my license and shit back, jumped in the HVAC trade. Nigga been making my money ever since. These niggas hit me for $59.11 a week out my check. You put my whole life on the line. They wanted to really roll up and catch me dirty on the warrant and see if I had guns or drugs when they stopped me, and then they was gonna like scratch the goddamn child support case. Now we got a criminal case on him. Let's get busy with it. See, this is what I'm saying. We in a real live war. This ain't no game. This shit is real. I'm older nigga and I can see it. So when y'all niggas on here talking all that, yeah, man, you know, the black man, listen, get your ass out here in these streets, nigga. See what's popping. Y'all niggas y'all done got too far away from the streets, L.A.R.
No.
Streets is what tell you what's popping around the motherfucking world. And if you don't believe me, guess what? If you don't believe me, the streets got control of the whole world. Why everybody around the world want to imitate the young black male who coming out the streets in the ghettos of North America?
You know why?
Because the streets is where the fucking heartbeat of the world is at,
because they cosplaying and they can go home and not get no issues.
No, it's bigger than that.
That's why.
It's bigger than that. Why would they clown you but then want to be you? You saying it right now, but then you missing the whole point that you stated.
I'm not missing the point, man.
Bro, why do motherfuckers want your juice?
Let me back up. Let me back up for a second.
Why motherfuckers want your life?
Hold up. Let me back up for a second. When you were talking about the young cats, right? Getting pulled over, popped, and all that other stuff, right?
Yeah. They still getting hit. Boys still fucking with them, trying to make quotas.
Here's the issue. There comes a point where I don't understand this. I don't understand this from what I see street culture is now. If you know the description, why are you fighting so hard to fit it?
Well, here's the thing, bro. First of all, who's giving these young boys an alternative? We don't.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna show you something. Hold on. Let me.
No, it's not the alternative. No, if you know the description, why are you fighting so hard to fit it?
These is young boys. They not developed. They don't have the ability to break down and shit like me and you do. We older niggas and we got our chance to bump our head and still make our plays, bro. These little niggas ain't even got a chance to bump their fucking head. They getting criminalized before they even get out of fucking middle school, man. They on these little niggas.
You act like that wasn't happening in the 80s and 90s.
Man, we had more structure and community. We had Malcolms and shit. We had the hip hop music was still vibrant with knowledge and information of African and black culture. And so we still got educated even while we was kicking it. These little niggas don't have that. The psychological ops on them is self-destruction. And they coming at them. They got COVID and all types of shit in their veins. The girls is on birth control since they 12 and shit. And they got
that was happening when I was a teenager.
Yeah, they got that new shit. They shoot up in your arm, and in 10 years you don't have no. Man, that shit changes their whole genetic makeup, turns them into wildebeest. That's why they got no self-control. As soon as their emotions hit, they gone. This is all biochemical warfare, psychological ops with the media. You under full attack, nigga. That's why I keep telling you, all fair, love, and war. You talking about ain't no war, okay? Well then, what's going on? Why the fuck we getting hit from every angle and don't nobody seem to know what the fuck popping? And we still looking for what?
No. That's the thing, fam. People know what's popping,
What's
and people don't
popping?
want to
Okay,
listen
are we
to
in
it.
a war? Do you think we in a war or no? Man, war don't necessarily gotta be bombs and
No, no, no.
everything dropped
I
right at
get
that
you.
moment.
I
Yeah,
get you. I get you.
we've
I
been in
get what you're saying.
subjugation since they brought us
No,
over
no,
here.
no, no. Listen, hear me out. I
Okay,
get what you're
okay.
saying. The issue is, and this is just a normal thing. If you know we at war, why are you falling for the same trap?
No, see,
You see what
first
I'm
of
saying?
all,
And I'm
bro.
not talking about you personally. You
Yeah, I
get what I'm
know.
saying?
And that's the thing. We dealing with a group interface. So one, like you said, one motherfucker can make us all look bad. But you know the enemy's never going to allow you to have images of yourself that's going to put you in the light, because that'd be against the grain. It'd going against the agenda. So that's why I keep saying all fair and love and war. So what we have to
Oh,
do is look.
okay, okay.
Everything come down the pike. He
I'm gonna
trying to
take
keep
this.
power. Watch this. He trying to keep power.
I'm
Whatever
gonna
he
take
got to
this
do to
somewhere.
keep power, that's what he gonna do. So if you looking for a
Hold up.
motherfucker to, oh well, why didn't they? Man, they gonna do whatever they
I'm
gotta
I'm
do.
I'm a, I'm gonna take this somewhere, fam.
Go ahead.
Thank you for even having this conversation, because it sparked this thought just now about what you're saying. And I'm not saying, before I say what I'm about to say, I'm gonna preface this. I'm not talking about you personally,
I
okay?
got you, bro. We
Okay.
men. I don't take shit
I
personal
get it, but
anyway.
you gotta, just
Let
for
you feel you
dialogue's
out.
sake.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What I see happen is, in the last 25, 30 years, our issue has been the lack of intelligence. And what I mean is, the information that we were given when I was younger, it seems like people my age and older can't give that information to younger people because they're not as smart, or they don't care as much to. So the things that my grandparents knew, they passed down. The things they generations knew, they passed down. The things they didn't know, they's like, look, I don't have no knowledge of that. What I see now is us having the knowledge of stuff and just not passing it down, or having the access to the knowledge and just not passing it down.
Well, now watch this. I'm gonna show you something. What make you think that grandma and grandpa don't got the knowledge? Now, they had the same knowledge when we was growing up. But what they understood was, if they give you this information, especially for this, and this is another thing. See, this is why focusing on the black males is so important. Because when you dealing with the females don't, when you at war, the females they go spoils. Okay? They spoil children, and women are spoils of war. The man is the only target. The boys is all you got to focus on. You keep the boys subjugated and fucked up, the group can't move, because them are your warriors. So you ain't gonna have nobody fight for you. So this is why you go. It's real, man. This shit serious.
Do you remember? You remember when in the 80s, somewhat in the 90s, but more so the 80s, they used to call weed the gateway drug. You remember that?
Yeah, this is your brain on. This is your
You remember that?
frying in the
Okay.
skillet and shit. I remember.
No. Do you remember after that they had the D.A.R.E. program?
I remember.
Do you remember when the D.A.R.E. program got on national news because they were transporting kilos in the trucks with D.A.R.E. on them?
Not right offhand, but we know what it is. We know what
Okay,
the police do.
this is what I mean.
Uh-huh.
This is literally what I'm talking about. In a sense, it's when you talk to now. When I talk to younger people, I know for a fact it's not that their brains are underdeveloped or undeveloped. I know for a fact that they haven't been talked to, so they don't even know what it's like to have a dialogue. So when you say like the grandparents and stuff, the issue is it's not that you can't talk to these people, it's that they're not used to people talking to them.
Watch this. How you get to the grandparents before we even get to the fathers being in the home? Remember what I just know that. Well, remember
you already know the answer to that.
When you in any war, your enemy is gonna always focus on the males. So then the fathers not being in the home is a direct attack on you. It's a military attack. You took all the masculinity out the community. Now you got nothing but a bunch of little bitch ass feminine dominant males, and they gonna be acting like little bitches. That's what you got right now. You wondering why these little niggas, this what you got, bunch of feminine dominant males pumping estrogen, and they some hoe
But you
niggas.
gotta, but dude,
So
but
now,
but fam,
go ahead.
even when I was a teenager in the 90s, it was feminine dudes.
This ain't that's the whole
Just
thing.
just because
Yeah.
niggas dressed like Bone and Wu-Tang did not mean they wasn't feminine. It was joining gangs being scary as shit. And they only
L.A.R,
got gangster when they got a pistol.
But bro, listen, man. Now
It's
you
the
know
same thing.
niggas was harder in the 90s than they is now. Niggas was way harder. Would you agree or disagree?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I can agree.
Man, I'll be hearing you on your own post.
I can agree.
You be like, man,
I can agree.
Whining ass little bitch ass. Oh, now your mom
No,
at work all day, so you was deprived and shit.
No. I can agree with that, but here's the thing that people leave out, especially about that era. I was a person who actually, I was active and I got physical. I like aggression. You get what I'm saying? I know of all people skip over all the people who was gang banging and drug dealing, who got on the football field and got knocked out, so they quit because they ain't like that. They ain't like want no smoke. Who got on the basketball court and got elbowed and got quit. Who played baseball and the fastball came to up around that chin and they quit. What I'm saying is we try to skip over the fact that it was a lot of pussies back then. And the pussies grew up to be adults talking about they was hard back then, and the kids don't know that they was pussy.
So were you saying that to say what?
I'm saying is I know right, but that's my point. That's my point. People act like it wasn't a lot of hoe niggas in the 90s and 2000s. It was a lot of hoe niggas in the 90s and 2000s.
Okay, listen, when me and you was talking and I told you the difference between a hood nigga and a street nigga, you told me wasn't no difference. That let me know that you not no street nigga. Okay? Now, when I told a nigga this, I told my peoples, I said, man, bro, you not no street nigga. You grew up with me, nigga. You was out there in the hood, but you wasn't working the angles out there with the product and shit, man. So you do not know the science behind hustling and shit. So quit telling niggas that you street nigga. No, you wasn't about none of that, nigga. That takes science to be out there, dipping the police. You got stick up kids, moving Prado. Bro, that's science, man.
No, it don't.
And look, when you get to a point where you start making money and being able to travel the world and network off of that shit, nigga, that's power. And that's why. Go ahead.
Just because a nigga bought an 8-ball at 15 and was outside don't mean shit. They don't know what they doing.
Bro, did you listen to me, man? It means some shit. If that nigga took that 8-ball and flipped it up to a brick, it mean that nigga know how to work that motherfucking shit.
So it's 100
nigga who never did it.
He
don't know nothing about that shit, man.
So it's 100 people. Since we gonna go there, it's 100 people in the streets that got an 8-ball. How many got it all the way to a brick?
It's 100 people that got an accounting. 100 million people with accounting.
No. Hear me. Hear
all
me.
Types of certificates.
Hear me.
Here's the answer to that question. Here's the answer. Nigga gonna do with it whatever your capabilities is gonna allow you to do with it. Cause I got some skills and we might be in the same predicament. I might work my hand totally different, bro. So you can't
I'm not talking. I'm saying if you got 100 cats who decided to go that way, and they all had an 8-ball, how many of them got to a brick?
Man, listen again.
You know the answer.
You dealing with a scenario that is going to be based on each person's individual skill set. If these cats never been in the street, never done flip no work, then probably all of them will crash the fuck out. But if you got motherfuckers that already flip 10 8-balls, I'm going with the nigga that flip 10 and still rocking.
So maybe 10.
Shit.
So maybe 10 out of 100. Maybe 10 out of 100.
I'm gonna watch this. I'm gonna show you something. And here's what knowledge does for you. If all 100 of them get under the right teacher, motherfucker that lead them and show them how to network and handle shit, I can't say how many of them would make it, man.
I can tell you, maybe 10.
Why would you? How you get that number, man? Because the niggas I came up with, I'm gonna keep it real. We was a thoroughbred breed, and the niggas had balls, and so motherfuckers would take risk on shit. Not necessarily that we was doing super big shit, but first of all, you could go to jail. Your dad in the house, nigga, you fucking around, Pops gonna stump a mud. Pops gonna stump a mud on your ass, okay?
Keep going.
So you already out here, gets the eyes, And see, these are growing pains for the young black
Keep
male.
going.
The hood is going to be his stomping grounds. Those are going to be
No,
his
it's not.
early. Those are going to be his early experiences with showing him how to save
Okay.
his money,
Since
stack
we
his money.
since we're gonna go down this street path, and you just said too, right? You just said two reasons. He could go to jail. You know, his pops could run down on him, right?
Pops could get at you.
Hold
Could
on.
get you.
Let's
Could get
keep going.
smoked.
Let's keep let's keep going.
Yeah,
The
I'm saying
cops
you
could
get
run.
smoked, get
Don't
shot.
wait.
What?
The cops could run down on him and not take him to jail, and just
all
beat
that.
his ass and take all his work.
Yep.
Or you could just get robbed or set up. Or
Yeah, that could. Yeah.
wait. Or
No.
your mama could run down on you and flush the shit. Or they can have your family can find out you selling drugs and make you work double time
All
and
of
not put
that.
your
Any
ass
of
in more danger.
Any of that, L.A.R.
Or-
So you saying that to say, go ahead. Say what?
I'm saying, you see how it knocks off people's probability of being successful?
How do you equate going along with a criminal system as being fucking successful? This is what
I ain't talking about a
cracking me the
criminal
fuck
system
up.
right now, fam.
Well, what
I'm
system?
not talking
That's
about
the
a criminal
only
system
we
right
in,
now.
bro.
I'm talking about, I
You in
asked you the
America.
question, if
This
you
is
had
a
100
criminal
people
empire.
doing that, the reason I
Bro,
asked you that is because if you had 100 people doing that, we need to stop acting like it's a 50-50 chance you're gonna make it out.
Organized young black males.
There ain't no
shit like
motherfuckers
that.
ain't been organized since the 80s.
I said if they was, and then you got to remember, I told you, I said if they had the right motherfuckers showing them the ropes, all 100.
But you know they ain't had the right motherfucker showing them shit since the 80s.
Now listen, if that's the case, brother, you gotta understand. I told you, you got cats like motherfucking Malcolm. You got guys like fucking
Malcolm wouldn't. If Malcolm was alive, he would not tell you how to flip an 8-ball to a key.
Look, his name was Big Red, bruh. Street nigga. They called him Big Red.
And
he's a street nigga. That's what produced that. He had to go through all that bottom shit to get to that fine, polished motherfucking gold king that he became.
You don't have to be in the streets
you
to
have
be
to go through fucking shit
No,
to
you
get
don't.
to the top.
You have to go through struggle. You don't have to be in the streets.
That's your testimony. That's your fucking testimony.
You don't have to be in it. See, this is what I mean.
You ain't been there, L.A.R. You ain't had to go hard enough, baby.
What it is
because I know you wouldn't be saying what you saying.
No, what it is I was one of those people, and I knew people that did both. You get what I'm saying? But I was one of those people who grew up in that shit. That shit ain't cool.
Watch this.
That shit ain't cool.
Watch this. I will listen
that
to
shit
one of
ain't
your
nothing to
videos.
glorify.
Okay, watch this. I listened to one of your posts yesterday. You was talking about when you was driving with this dude and he wanted to smoke weed and he got in the accident because he just wanted to get high so bad off of the good weed. And I'm listening to you. I'm like, man, you making it sound like because any nigga that smoke, oh, now the weed gonna make you wreck your car and this, that. Just silly shit. What?
Oh no. See,
bro,
that could have been a couple of people.
But what's wrong? Let me ask you this: what's wrong with weed? What's wrong with smoking weed? What's your problem with smoking weed?
I got an issue with people who do drugs to the point that they common sense go out the window.
What's the definition of a drug, L.A.R?
Weed is a drug. It's not.
Caffeine is a drug. Sugar is a drug.
Guess what? And if
you like sweet tea, nigga.
And if it's a problem with you,
you a dope thing. Look, watch it. You a dope thing.
Oh, okay.
That's basically what you saying. So how is weed
okay.
Is a plant?
So
it's an herb. Hold up, marijuana is a herb. It's a plant.
It's a plant.
It's a herb.
It's a plant.
It's a plant. It's a herb, brother.
Coca is a plant too.
It is, and it don't come out cocaine until somebody tamper with it.
Fucking opium is a plant. Poppy seed is a plant.
Yeah, but it ain't opium until they process it. You got to put cut on it. So just the plant itself, ain't nothing wrong with the goddamn plant. Y'all niggas listening to the white man, everything he can.
No, it ain't about the white man.
Then why you even got a problem with weed? Why you got a problem with weed?
I just told you, I got a problem with people who have a drug habit.
Who said weed is a drug? Your boss.
Let me do it this way. I know it's a drug because the people because people are addicted to it.
Man, high blood pressure medicine is drug.
Let me rewind this.
Okay.
My little cousin passed away about 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So my little cousin was a big pothead, right? He was a music producer.
He liked to smoke weed. Your cousin
for sure.
Okay.
For sure. And I was telling him, I said, hey man, because he was like, man, I'm gonna give it up. I said, hey man, when you do, you're gonna have withdrawals. He's like, nigga, it's just a plant. It's just weed. I said, hey, bro, you keep thinking that if you want to. Because, see, if you go to the island, like if people like to equate Jamaica and weed, right? And they call the weed that they have in America high grade. Because it's unnatural, because all the shit they put in it. So he stopped smoking, and guess what happened? He caught the shakes. He started sweating. He couldn't sleep. He had to call. He said, dog, I'm in the hospital right now, and I don't want to say I got withdrawals, nigga. Like, but nigga, you right, I got withdrawals. Now, when doing something is so problematic, because it's like being an alcoholic to me. It's not just, if you're an alcoholic, you do dumb shit because you always on that liquor.
Do you think your cousin
premise.
Is that your nephew or cousin? You said
that's my cousin.
Now, do you think, man, you done been around mad niggas, every nigga you know smoke weed, do they be doing the same shit? Or do you be having niggas that smoke weed and be handling their business like a champion? You don't know no niggas that get busy handling their business.
I'm not gonna say that. But I'm gonna say it just I'm gonna say it just like this. I grew up around weed heads, I grew up around coke heads. I know the difference between a functional addict and an addict. And there's way more addicts than there are functional addicts.
Do you know niggas that smoke weed on the daily and it's thorough motherfuckers? Or you don't know
every day? No, not a person that smokes.
Not necessarily every day, but frequent enough where you know he's smoking. And motherfuckers thorough dude, handle his business, take care of his family, all that shit. Most
people I know who take care of their business and smoke, they don't do it regularly. They had to cut that shit out because they couldn't handle business and smoke all the time.
And that's most people that you say you know. Now you used to smoke weed?
No.
You used to smoke? You ain't never smoked weed?
I smoked it once, but I ain't. No,
did you inhale?
Yeah, I'm Bill Clinton.
You know what I'm saying? So you smoked weed one time in your whole entire life. You only smoked weed one.
Yeah.
Now, was it a blunt joint? What, or a bone?
It was a blunt. It was. Look, my friends was talking shit. I was like, yeah, it's a drug. Whatever. Move on. And it was like, I was like, nigga, that shit is bullshit. When you grow up around cocaine and weed, you don't look at it the same.
Bro, I grew up around all that shit. Now, the era that I come from, watch this. The era that I come from, me and my niggas, we only drink a little bit of alcohol and we smoked some weed. If a nigga came around the crew and he was doing anything outside of that, he was a dope fiend and we just shitting on the nigga. Yeah, so we didn't even accept motherfuckers that was any pills, any type shit you was gonna get. It was gonna be a problem. Only thing you could really come around with is some drink and some smoke. If you had anything else, it was a problem.
Yeah, but if you active, dog, that's not something you can do on a regular basis.
Watch this. We all sold dope, though. We all kept a pack. We all sold dope. At some point in time, we all was moving our little packs and shit, shooting dice, all that shit. Now, some niggas was slicker with their shit than others, and this is why I was telling my dudes, I'm like, nigga, you not no street nigga. Every time you get a fucking pack, bro, you go about 6 months tops, and then you fucking get jammed up, and then you doing a year or you doing 9 months here, 9 months there.
It don't add up, man.
No, it add up when a nigga know what he doing. When you in the streets, you doing ops. Okay, it's a military ops, so this ain't no game. You ain't supposed to be out here, gold chains, big whips, none of that shit, nigga. You going to work, and when you get off work, you getting that guap. You back at work in the morning. We don't see. That's why I'm saying real street niggas don't do that goofy hood shit. Where they doing all over here smoking, none of that goof. Niggas go to work, they get the money off the street, and they get the money off the clock.
You don't want to.
Y'all niggas don't want to. Y'all want to give a nigga street nigga.
Hold on. I had to pull several coworkers aside and be like, "Hey, dog, you are too loud. Take your ass to the car."
That's an outlier though. These ain't real good.
No. When I said several ain't an outlier.
What you saying they too loud? What you mean, bro? And you know niggas that play that lane and do it right, and you know niggas that play it like a clown.
Look, I'm about to since we having this conversation shit. Here's the thing. A lot of people now who smoke weed are really people who got anxiety problems. They really like it's like look, I'm gonna go back. I'll go even back in the day, just like niggas back in the day who was in the streets. You know, they were smoking weed usually because they knew somebody was chasing their ass and they was getting high from an anxiety problem, or they knew that they might get ran down by the cops, so they was high for anxiety problems. They wasn't really built for that shit like that, because people who really in that shit do not want to be high all the fucking time.
Man, listen, L.A.R. First of all, bro, you don't smoke weed, man. So you do not understand why.
Oh, yes, I do.
Man, bro, first of all, if you really did smoke weed, I think if you even smoke weed for a little while, you would be a smoker. Cause your mind, you a thinker. Usually people who are thinkers, they smoke. A lot of times motherfuckers will fuck with alcohol because first of all, it's everybody, a lot of people just condemn smoking.
It's not about smoking, fam.
It is.
It's not
man.
it's not just the smoking thing. It's the dependency thing, man.
There's no
because just when you said like a lot of people were smokers and thinkers, I knew a lot of dumb people in high school and college that were smokers and swore they were thinkers.
Check this out. Dr. Sebi. This is the funniest part. Dr. Sebi himself. And these niggas always want to fucking quote Dr. Sebi about his little alkaline shit. That Dr. Sebi said, I'm gonna smoke high-grade marijuana to the organic high-grade marijuana to the day I die. This is what I'm doing. He's an herbalist, man. You think he don't understand the power of marijuana? See, this is
not a fucking power.
Hold on.
This is not the Black Panther.
Okay,
that's what I'm talking about. This is not the. Listen. You will not regenerate, goddammit, because you smoke.
L.A.R. Hold on, bro.
Okay,
You're talking about Dr. Sebi, a world-renowned healer and herbalist and a naturopathic doctor. He didn't heal AIDS, and he already did. Now, how you going to see this? What I'm talking. How the fuck you going to dispute Dr. Sebi, man? Nigga, you not none of that. No herbalist, nothing. You don't know nothing about that science.
I'm gonna tell you why.
And you gonna say now Dr. Sebi don't understand what his whole life been about?
I'm gonna tell you why.
Why? Hold up.
Why would Dr. Sebi say that? No, remember, you open this door, right? Why
would Dr. Sebi say that? Let me ask you this. Why do you think Dr. Sebi would say marijuana is a very potent, it's a very helpful drug for medical, all general medical purposes? Why would he say that?
Because everybody that does drugs say their drug is great. It's people
Dr. Sebi got a whole.
I know
Dr.
that.
Look,
listen. Here, fam. I get it. I get it.
He didn't just deal with marijuana, but he understood the power of that particular herb.
Hear me what I'm about to say.
You don't know shit about herbs, and you over here talking like,
okay.
Hear me when I say shit on a man who put his life on this shit.
No. That's not why I'm saying what I'm about to say.
Boy shit, L.A.R.
That's not what I'm.
Boy shit,
here's
man.
The issue.
What?
You do realize that cocaine people who hooked on cocaine, they say all the benefits of cocaine. People who been on crack say all the benefits of crack. People who drink all the time and alcoholics say all the benefits of alcohol.
Drug.
And guess what? In fact, people think all the benefits.
Class is fucking cocaine. Sugar is in the same class as cocaine. So this what I'm saying, bro.
You can't overdose.
Huh?
You ain't gonna overdose.
You will overdose, nigga. It's called diabetes.
Nigga, you know what I'm talking about with a fucking overdose.
Bro, you can OD on sugar. It's called fucking diabetes. Till they start fucking amputating your ass. And then you out of here. So that's an OD on fucking sugar.
You can overdose snorting some cocaine.
Say again?
You can overdose snorting cocaine.
Yeah, but you cannot overdose on cocaine. You can overdose on sugar.
You can't overdose on cocaine to get you a fucking heart attack.
Bro, everybody's different. Everybody's different. And if the cocaine ain't of a high quality, nigga might be able to sniff that shit all night and don't nothing happen to him. This is what I'm saying, bro. You ain't out the street, so you making a whole lot of assertions, man. You don't understand how that shit go. I done watch niggas hit the glass pipe all night, nigga, and 2 days straight. So you don't even understand, man. Just talk about the shit you know.
Are they a dope fiend? Are they a dope fiend when they do shit like that?
Listen to me, man.
No, you gotta ask a question. Are they a dope fiend when they do shit like that?
Huh?
Are they considered a dope fiend when they hitting the pipe for 2 days?
Bro, listen. We come out of the goddamn hoods, bro. This is
that
what
don't mean you gotta be a dope fiend.
I'm not saying you gotta be. I'm trying to show you when you grew up at certain times, man, this was your reality. So it ain't about if or when, nigga. This was what it was. Our black women had to sell pussy at one time because this is how we survived, man. So yeah, prostitution became a part of our normal shit because we had to survive for a little bit. So this is how pimping got big. Because niggas was eating off of that shit. I'm not saying it's cool. I ain't saying it's cool, but I'm telling you it fed families, bro.
Do you know, let me ask you this. How many things that you know that were successful that were not criminal enterprises?
Bro, when you in slavery, you ain't got shit.
No. How many things you know that were successful that were not criminal enterprises?
This country is everything in here, you're gonna have to have a criminal skills to navigate through this system. If you play by the rules to the end, nigga, you ain't gonna do nothing but set yourself up for failure. The system is set up to draw you in and to get you hooked in on the criminal activity. Even when you work in your job, but they hitting your 401k, and your 401k is actually a prison investment that's locking up your grandbabies.
I hear you. But
Your
how many things that
401k
you
is an
know of
investment in these private prisons that's locking up your grandchildren.
as a
And they're
black
thinking like they
man,
got all this money.
how many stories do you know of outside of the criminal enterprise of success?
Listen to me, man. See, this is the thing. Listen to what you even asking me. This showing me, bro, you ain't even computing what we talking about. You are a fucking slave class in a fucking country that has you set for an underclass, man. Dr. Claude told y'all that. That mean you in the war, man. Nothing you do gonna get you out going to get a job and educate. That you got a whole group of motherfuckers. You yourself ain't gonna be able to go no further than your group. Okay.
How far did Dr. Claude go?
Now watch this. Dr. Claude ain't doing shit. He on some house nigga shit.
How far did he go?
Dr. Claude ain't went nowhere. He on the plantation with us. And when you start telling your children the truth of the situation you in, that's the first level of actually making plays, getting out of the goddamn hole. When you tell a nigga he can still go to school, get a job, and without no blueprint for being independent, man, you telling him to get into the system, which is going to make him want to follow the structure that's already in place. So he's going to become an accomplice to murder of his own ancestors in the name of success. Like you telling me right now. You think you said, man, this is crazy. You a slave.
No, I'm not telling you nothing.
You a slave, bro. We slaves right now. We on this bitch. We slaves talking on bosses fucking airwaves. He could shut it down right now. Send somebody to get us right out of here. Erase us both. We wouldn't be able to do a motherfucking thing. He could charge us both for selling dope, whatever. You might not have never sold no dope day in your life. And now he over there knocking on your door, got a warrant for your mother. They swooped me up with a fake ass child support warrant. I told you what these motherfuckers do. Yeah, I went to jail
for a bogus warrant before.
Yeah. So
okay.
Okay, guess what? Who got the power to do that to you? Except Massa. Took you off the streets, man. My people ain't even know where the fuck I was, man. These niggas hit me up quick. I said, God damn, they moved on. And what I started to realize, I said, somebody had to go through the whole process of fucking green lighting this shit. I said, man, these motherfuckers know exactly who on you. They know your great granddaddy. They know your slave ancestors that they was selling. Nigga, you wearing the same last name as your motherfucking slave ancestors right now. So they know exactly.
Okay, you know how to stay off the radar?
Man, listen, man.
No, real talk. Because see, this is part of
L.A.R. You want freedom, bro. You cool where you at now? Let me ask you this.
I'm gonna tell the reason why I'm asking this question. The reason why I'm asking this question, fam, is because even on this YouTube stuff, people do all that statistical stuff, right?
Yeah, I'm hearing.
It's probably less than 5% of black men who really are into the criminal shit, right? So
that's wrong. That's wrong. And I'm gonna tell you why. Again, I done told you. All you fucking clown, most of you niggas has got jobs and shit. So your own boss is fucking criminal network. Y'all think you can't escape it. Once you start to use this system, you in it. Now, what you do with your resources once you get them, that's up to you. That's the only way you can funnel your way out. But just getting up every day, you helping the system go. And the money ain't even worth shit. And so y'all niggas trying to be good niggas, and I don't sell drugs, and I don't smoke weed. You motherfucker, you gonna be the first nigga they hit. Trying to play good house nigga roles. Don't give a fuck about you selling drugs or smoking weed. They really looking for a nigga that might be able to do it legit. And that's, look at Garvey. They went and got Garvey. Garvey wasn't in those streets, nigga. Garvey wasn't doing shit. Martin wasn't doing shit. Malcolm wasn't in the streets at the time they killed him. So this idea of the street guy.
Wait, slow. Did you finally say Malcolm wasn't in the streets?
I got you. But I just want to show you something. You think when you in the streets, now you criminal game, so you game now. The guys that were the black men that were the most dangerous to this country were legitimate, upstanding black men that wanted to see their people grow and have real legitimate freedom and sovereignty, man. And they wasn't in the streets, man. And they was the biggest criminals that the country ever painted. Took Garvey down on some tax shit, knowing he ain't do shit. And see, these are the things y'all should be talking about now, man. All of this little popcorn topics, man. Talk about the system and how they railroad this, and you'll see how it's directly connected. Hold on. Then you'll see how it's directly connected to where we at today. Y'all acting like we doing this shit to ourselves. Oh, young people got their pants sagging, and nigga, it's from slavery, nigga. Everything you see,
whoa, you
everything you see
is from slavery.
Everything you see the black people going through, bro. You can't have a certain part of your group
sagging is from slavery.
Listen, you can't have a certain part of your group doing well, and then the majority of your group is in the fucking slums, and then you telling me you successful. Nigga, you just a nigga with some bread. You a nigga with a degree. This is what Malcolm was trying to tell niggas. He talk about, well, what about Lena Horne and Dick Gregory? They denounced Farrakhan. He like, man, these is puppets, clowns that's with the system. These is niggas with full-time jobs. They not gonna have nothing to say bad about boss. So y'all niggas could quit playing, man. Y'all gotta quit playing.
Here's the interesting part, and I'm glad you said it that way. Were we supposed to act like the niggas in the street ain't working for boss? We supposed to act like niggas in the street ain't working on the plantation?
You got a problem with that street nigga, because
no, because you've been bringing up you like we talking the street topics because you wanted the street topics. Are we gonna act like all of these street niggas is just some entrepreneurs working for themselves?
Nigga, but you said you was out the streets. I'm questionable about that because all your shit flippy floppy. You sound like a college nigga, just like you said on your videos, bro.
I went to college. I graduated from college.
I know. So the fuck what? You still a nigga. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So what the fuck is you graduated in what?
I graduated from, I went to HBC.
What you get your degree in, nigga?
Oh, something white.
No, I'm gonna say something. Right? What you get your degree in, nigga?
Psych.
Yeah. What kind of psych? You write something white because you ain't talking African. You ain't thinking like an African at all.
Motherfucker, I'm not African.
So what is you?
I'm black.
So where did black people come from? I just said we were slavery, so where did they get the slaves from? Fall out the sky, huh? Nigga, you an African 10 times removed.
10
you don't
times?
Even know. I'm not no African. You know that.
Nigga, I was in Uganda last year.
Who?
I was in Uganda last year.
But you ain't no African. What the fuck you in Uganda for?
Because my dog was in Uganda.
Bro, you a hypocrite. See, that's what I'm talking about.
No.
New niggas.
You're not hearing me.
Y'all new niggas, bro.
You're not hearing me.
Bro, y'all new niggas.
Since you from Africa, where? Name the country
African is global, motherfucker. The African is global.
Country or tribe.
Bro, listen to me. The African is fucking global.
And don't name Kush, goddammit, because you
now
smoke.
Watch this. I'm gonna show you something. This is how I know you watch this. I'm gonna take. Since you wanted to go there, let's go on to Africa now. I'm gonna take you back home since your goofy ass. You ain't an African all of a sudden.
I'm not.
You a black American. What the fuck is a black American? Please tell me.
A black American.
Is that a college nigga with a PhD? That's a new nigga.
Okay,
I thought you used to be a nigga. How you get the black American from a nigger? How you get the black American?
Since we playing this game, you still ain't asking are you from Nigeria, Cameroon, Morocco,
I'm about to show
Egypt,
you some. I'm
Ethiopia?
About to show you some. Watch this.
Come on now, Rwanda.
Watch this. I'm gonna show you something.
Botswana.
I'm about to show you now. Now you acting like you know some shit about. I like this. Y'all funny niggas. Y'all new niggas. Hey, don't connect to Gen X. Y'all not Gen X niggas.
How we new and you 1 year older than me?
I'm gonna show you something.
And you probably is 1 year older than me because my birthday coming up in a couple months.
Bro, I'll be 48 in October.
You told me you was 45 earlier.
I said I got a case.
Okay. I got you. You right. I got you. I understand.
Okay.
I understand. My bad.
And look, I wanted to talk to you, bro, because I know you for real, for the era you in, you basically that buffer for these niggas. But you can't hate on the niggas out my era. You really don't know that era, bro.
I'm a Gen Xer. What you talking about?
Bro, you 44, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You on the backside, so you ain't official. You're not official. You're not gonna pass my test. Not at all.
I ain't gotta pass your test.
That's why I said you not no Gen Xer. You on the back end of the Gen Z, bro.
I get it.
I'm Gen Z.
You mean a millennial, bro. You mean millennial.
Oh, okay. Whatever that shit is.
But I got you.
I'm millennial. Let's go with you.
No, I'm a Gen Xer. I'm 100% sure.
Say again.
I'm 100% sure. I'm a Gen Xer.
Okay, what make you a Gen Xer?
When I was born.
Bro, you don't even have the same mindset. So you not out that group. Just the years that you on the backside.
I hope you don't think the mindset is just to be street.
No, bro, you not from that era, so you don't understand.
Sure?
That's how we had to eat is out the goddamn streets. But you not from that
That's
era.
bullshit.
Bro, listen what I'm telling you.
That's
You not
bullshit.
from that fucking era, so you don't understand what we was doing then. You saw some shit, some residue, nigga. You
I saw
saw
some
some
residue.
residue. And you think you taking the residue and you try to make like you smoked the whole split.
Fam,
No, baby, you just found the doobie. You found the doobie on the floor, bro. You don't smoke.
Don't make me have to tell the whole truth about this shit.
Bro,
Because most of the niggas that was in the streets,
bit of knowledge, man. Because
so most of the niggas that was in the streets came from good families any fucking ways. They just niggas who wanted to be rebellious. They wasn't just poor niggas just trying to
say that again. Say that again.
I said a lot of the niggas who was in the streets came from good families. They just wanted to be rebellious.
I'm gonna show you something. You right about that's you right. There's some substance to that. I'm not gonna say that it was they wanted to be rebellious. I'm gonna show you something, and this is what slavery did to a certain
that ain't
extent.
shit to do with slavery.
I'm gonna show you something. Watch this. Okay, my dad coming up, he had a solid job. My mom and dad was together pretty much most of my life. They separated for about 3 years. All right, I was about 7 years old. My dad's probably only gone less than a month. Somebody broke in the crib right after, that he ain't moved too far neither. Somebody broke in the crib within the probably first couple weeks. They ain't just break in. Me and my brother, we was out throwing eggs at cars. It was late at night. And we had to get back to the crib, but one of the cars we hit had pulled like down the street from our crib. We didn't want them to see us going back to the spot. So long story short, we was like, fuck it, it's getting too late. We had to go home. We just walked right to the crib. So that night, somebody broke in the crib and beat my mom's up kind of bad. All right, so boom, my dad and her get back together. But that was a lesson too, I thought, for her to because it really wasn't nothing serious. She was kind of on a power trip. But as we got older, man, our parents used to feel like to deprive us was going to teach us how to appreciate shit. And so even though I came from a pretty solid, decent family, once I got about 15, 16, my pops basically was like, you know what I'm saying? You get it, man. You figure out how you gonna get it. He'll give me a little, you get your school clothes. And then after that, it was like, all right, wasn't quite old enough to get a job yet. And you, like I said, you in the hood to a certain level that you come across the street shit, the little dope, the little weed, this, that, and the third, shooting dice. So that's what I started doing to get money in my pocket. I started shooting dice and shit. My dad ain't necessarily know, but he'll see me, I have a little bread in my pocket. And I got tired of trying to ask him for shit and do so. I just
shit.
Did not.
Oh, yo, hold up. Something happened, Lo. My bad. That wasn't me.
This is it, bro. We dropping heat out here. So whoever really listening, they getting heat. And see, you got cats listening to you that might be able coming from your era. And y'all really
I got you, big kid. No, I'm listening. I'm listening.
This is the other aspect of what y'all needed. Y'all supposed to be building with niggas from my era so we can fill that gap. Because the reason I'm saying that is because most of the niggas from my era, they come out the streets, and to see, I was just on the backside of the crack era to where like 87 and all that. I'm in like fucking 8th grade and shit, 7th grade. And so my brother and them living in that shit where, they didn't understand. You gotta understand when crack come into the neighborhood, niggas ain't really know what this shit was. Coke, when it come in, they ain't really know the magnitude of it. It wasn't on the streets. Niggas wasn't just buying dope like that. Crack didn't just hit all at once.
Yeah, people were smoking weed first. they just smoking weed. And heroin and coke.
Weed was here. Weed been around, bro. Weed was here.
No, I'm talking about with the era you talking about. It was like at the end of the heroin era, and people were just really smoking weed a lot. People was doing coke, but they couldn't afford the shit.
No, man, listen. First of all, how much expensive could coke have been, bro? Think about that shit. It wasn't that goddamn much money. People was still
making good money. Yes, the fuck it was.
It was not, man. That shit wasn't that high like that. Watch this.
What?
Bro, listen what I'm telling you. If it would cost that fucking much money, how the fuck did it get to the black community?
That's why motherfuckers was making crack, because the shit cost too much.
Bro, listen to me. When they brought the crack, that shit was a motherfucking military ops. They fucking, it's biochemical warfare. They had to bring young motherfuckers in the community to get it and give it to motherfuckers so they could get hooked on this shit. Nobody knew what that shit was. They was like, "What is?"
Okay, watch this. To this day, hold on. Give me a break.
Right, yeah,
to this day, what's more expensive, a gram of coke or an ounce of crack?
Man,
to this day,
bro. Listen, the raw is gonna always be the more because you can stretch it. We understand that if you've been in the streets. Now,
I ain't been in the streets. Remember, I don't know shit.
You proving you right about that. We getting you. We bringing you up to speed. Now check this out. When you gotta understand, see, this is why that's why I said all this fair and love and war. When the government came in with this shit, bro, they went and got. This is how COINTELPRO started. People think it started on them spying on the motherfucking Panthers. It started with them using informants to bring drugs and shit in to get these motherfuckers hooked on these different kinds of drugs and shit. That was part of the debasement of the black community, not only the immediate community, but for the organizations like the Panthers and other black groups that was actually built to take care of the black community because white police officers was coming in there stomping niggas out and raping black women wholesale.
Just for the record, hold up, fam. Just for the record, I know what you're saying, but that was actually all really around the Vietnam time period. So that's like a 20-year span. So it
what you mean? Hold on, bro.
What you talking
know
about?
What I'm
what you
saying
talking
about what? Hold on. You know what I'm saying about what?
The COINTELPRO part, when it came to the drugs, that was it really kicked off when the Vietnam War.
No, it didn't. I'll tell you when it really kicked off. This is why I said, listen up, bro, because you a young nigga, so listen up carefully. COINTELPRO kicked off when Garvey started his motherfucking Back to Africa movement. You know Garvey had over...
No, that wasn't COINTELPRO then.
Hold on. That's what started COINTELPRO when J. Edgar Hoover was trying to keep tabs on Marcus fucking
the Messiah thing.
That's what started COINTELPRO.
You talking about the Messiah thing? Not wanting to, but no, it was multiple people after that.
I'm talking about the surveillance of Marcus Messiah Garvey. That's what started.
It wasn't.
That's the beginning of COINTELPRO.
No, it's not.
And guess, yeah, it is. And listen up. I'm about to show you some more information. That's the beginning of COINTELPRO, and W.E.B. Du Bois was one of the first fucking COINTELPRO ops agents that they sent in to debase Garvey's movement. See, y'all niggas don't know the history because y'all popping all the extra shit. Go do your homework, young boy. COINTELPRO was started on Marcus Garvey. And they went and got some
wasn't.
Listen. They went and got some house niggas because the first part of it is you go get niggas on the inside.
COINTELPRO was the civil rights era. That was before.
No, brother. Listen what I'm telling you. COINTELPRO was started out of the surveillance of Marcus fucking Garvey, who had the largest black movement globally than any other motherfucker on this planet now or henceforth. That's why I'm saying you got to get with your people. When you go for black liberation, nigga, you automatically going up against the system. That's where you become a criminal. When you try to free yourself and your people, that's where the criminality becomes because you property of your boss. You still in boss. When you trying to go back home, you still in boss property. When you trying to break free, get your own business infrastructure, get your own community, nigga, you owned by somebody. You thieving. Get your ass back on the plantation. That's what system you in. That's why your children ain't went nowhere. They done went backwards. We was thorougher in my generation. Y'all niggas is goofballs. That's why y'all be up here on these goddamn internet talking a bunch of sucker shit, but y'all won't talk about that white man at all. Because you know your channel probably y'all will not talk about the system at all.
I can't say that. Who does?
You won't. I listen to all your videos. I don't see shit up there about the white man. I don't see shit up there about the system.
You know how many videos I got?
Listen, I didn't listen.
You know how many videos I got?
Listen to over 34, 35 of your shits, bro.
I got over 7,000.
Watch this.
I got over 7,000.
Watch this.
Well, no, I'm gonna tell you. No.
I got a whole about that beast though.
I got a whole playlist talking about Black America, which addresses
beast is what I said. So you making content, nigga. You making content, nigga. That's what you doing. You making content. That's what y'all niggas is. Y'all content revolutionaries. Yeah, that's what
you think being in the streets is a revolutionary.
Bro, you making content, nigga. You not trying to give it. If you was even educating your people, guess what you would be doing? You would have fucking books by Amos Wilson, books by Marcus Garvey, books by Marimba Ani.
I actually do have.
You would be reading them on your shit. Educate niggas.
Wait.
You would be educated, nigga.
Just for
you
the
making
record.
content, bro.
Just for the record, I have multiple videos
L.A.R.
of books to read.
L.A.R.
Just for the
You
record.
making content, bro.
Yeah. It's
right
one of the
or
things
wrong?
I do in
Am
life.
I right or wrong?
Yeah, it's one of the
making
things I do in
content
my
on this
life. I
channel.
make content.
Okay, that's all.
It's one of the things I do.
When you really trying to raise the consciousness of your people and get them to where they ready to be able to handle their business, then that's you gonna have a different blueprint for the shit that you laying out on your channel. This shit is entertaining. I like some of the shit you say. It's very entertaining. You a very fucking smart dude. You an intelligent motherfucker. That's why you can know how to play stupid.
I'm not playing stupid.
You know how. I ain't say you play. You know how to.
I don't.
Now,
I do. Let me explain something. That's something I don't do at all. Bro, I don't do that. I don't like doing. I don't like that shit.
Watch this.
I don't like playing stupid. I don't do that.
Watch this though. The shit I'm telling you about this war, and you understand about slavery. You understand where we at, and the system is directly responsible for the condition of black people right now. Do you not?
Do I understand our condition? Absolutely.
Do you not understand that the fucking government that we paying taxes to is directly responsible for the condition black people in right to this very moment?
Absolutely.
Okay, so why we acting like we doing it to ourselves when we know that it's been done to us by the same system that we fucking operating in every day?
The thing is,
who speak out about that system? When are you gonna talk about that system?
I do talk about that system.
Look, to the point where you actually giving these youngsters some gems, man. They've been targeted. They are being.
And that's what I bring up. That I bring up why they're targeted, how they're targeted, and what to do.
But then you say something about the street nigga, the infamous hood nigga. Like, bro, these are black.
What? See, here's. I get what I get. Here's the thing about the whole street nigga thing. We gotta stop acting
y'all
like
niggas got jobs, so y'all not going to war. Watch this. You're not gonna lose your job.
Hold up, fam. We gotta stop acting like street niggas, some successful Jesus Messiah type nigga. That's not what it is.
Well, a street motherfucker. Watch this. I'm gonna show you something. A street dude is a street guy is already ready. He know going to the streets ain't out of the option. That's an option. He know that if the boys come that I get fired, they gonna have to find out a way to eat. So he already understands he might have to hit them streets. Even I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna show you how silly y'all. I'm gonna show you how silly y'all is. Even a black female that know when she lose her job, she know already like, goddamn, I might have to.
Let me tell
you. Watch this. I'm gonna show you how this shit kick it. She knows she might have to sell that pussy to get her a little guap to get her money up. She know that, and she a female, and you a fucking man, and you telling me you can't understand if the white man kick you off your little job or set you back, lock you up with a case. How the fuck you gonna eat once you get out? You gonna be begging, or you gonna go get it out the mud, nigga?
Work construction to be a truck driver. You can do that with
man,
a felony.
come on, man. So if you get out of jail flat broke, is you gonna be talking about, well, you gonna wait till you get a job before you eat, nigga? Or you might have to hit a motherfucker. Or you go,
you really do not.
Your daughter, watch
know.
This. Your daughter might need some food. You fresh out, nigga. And she crying. So what you might do?
Let me tell you something.
Hold up, you gonna go fill out some applications?
You since you want to go down the street,
nigga, you gonna hit the grocery store. I might run in there and grab something.
No, since you want to go down this, hold up. Since you want to go down the street nigga path, if I actually wanted to be a street nigga, I'll beat the brakes off of street niggas and steal their shit from their face because they ain't built like that.
Hey, watch this.
That's what I would do.
You still pull the lick. You realize
I wouldn't be pulling. I wouldn't be
now
pulling licks.
I'm gonna show you something.
I would terrorize the people who've been terrorizing everybody else.
Guess what I would do?
Guess what? No. Since we gonna go down that path, you done talk a lot.
I'm gonna show you something though. This is the difference between me and you. Watch this.
No. You ain't get to
open this. I'm gonna show you. This how you a house nigga. I'm gonna show you this how you a house nigga. Watch this. Watch this. I'm gonna show you something. Hold on. Watch this.
You don't want.
You immediately said.
The truth of the matter is, if I press on, hold on.
You immediately said you gonna go rob a street nigga. Hold on.
If I press the street niggas, they will call the police. Don't bullshit.
Listen. You immediately said you gonna go rob a street nigga. Why would you say that? You said I'm gonna go rob a street nigga.
I'm gonna go terrorize the people who've been terrorizing everybody else. Watch them niggas turn to the cops.
Guess what I'm gonna go rob?
And watch them niggas turn to the cops.
Guess who I'm gonna go rob? A nice all-American Peckerwood nigga. Cause that's how I do it. This is what I'm saying. You gonna go? Look. You gonna go rob from your watch this. You gonna go? I'm gonna give me all white Peckerwood. I'm gonna hit them up good. I'm
No,
gonna go
you're
to the
not.
rich neighborhood. I'm gonna go to a rich white neighborhood and I'm gonna hit him. That's what I'm gonna do.
No,
Now watch this. Look,
because
look, 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 look.
99% of street niggas are scared of white folks. Let's not lie. You
Oh
niggas are scared of
man, look,
Mexicans.
listen,
Y'all
see,
don't want
look.
them niggas on your head.
That's how I
That's
know
a
you
lie.
not no
You
street
niggas,
nigga, cause that was some hoe ass shit to say right there. That's some hoe
that's
shit.
not hoe ass shit. It's the
So
reality.
where you get that analogy from? So 99.9% street niggas scared of white folks.
Yes. Yes.
Man,
You know what
that's
niggas?
some sucking shit. Now you
Bullshit.
got a video
Bullshit.
called sucking shit, right? What's your video called
It's
sucking
bull.
shit?
You niggas
That's
ain't
some
doing all
sucking
that.
shit.
Listen, man. Y'all
What?
niggas got so much admiration for white folks and Hispanics. Asians
I
maybe
told
not
you
as
not
much.
a Gen fucking X
Asians
nigga,
maybe
bro.
not as much.
You
But
not no Gen X nigga, bro. You one of these new niggas.
Okay.
You trying to get a following and you making content to
No,
get your
fam.
channel up.
No, fam.
And
No,
so
I'm
I
not.
come
That's
on
not
here.
why I'm doing that.
Look, watch this. I come on here
That's
to
not
chop
why
it
I'm
up
doing
with
that.
you, and I pulled you into arena of real nigga shit, and all you doing is backpedaling side
No,
to side,
fam.
all that bullshit,
That
nigga.
street.
Cause you not a street nigga, and you far removed from that shit, and that's okay. Watch this. That's okay, L.A.R.
Look,
You ain't
street
gotta
culture.
be no street nigga. That don't
Street
mean you ain't
culture.
real.
Not
L.A.R.
what's up.
L.A.R. That don't
Street
mean you ain't
culture is
real,
not
bro.
what's up.
That don't mean you ain't real, cause I say you not no street nigga.
No,
You
I'm
just
not. I
a
don't
street
give a
nigga.
shit about. Look, I don't give a shit
then.
about being a street
So
nigga.
guess what? You not no fucking street nigga. That's why you condemn street niggas, cause you not one.
No,
right?
no.
So are you a street nigga?
No,
then
I don't need to be.
That's why I'm saying you not. So you don't understand the mindset or the lifestyle.
No,
so
that's not
about
true.
That shit, man.
That's not true.
How you not one? So how would you understand the lifestyle?
Okay, for one, I grew up in that environment.
Man, everybody
not just being in the hood. Not just being in the hood. That was literally my household. Two.
Did you ever survive off the streets, bro?
Hold on. No. Chill out. I'm gonna give you an answer. Two. As I got older, the niggas that I knew that was in the streets, guess who the fuck they was asking for advice because they was fucking up in the streets? Me, the nigga that wasn't in the streets.
Yeah, goofy hood niggas.
It's a lot of goofy hood niggas.
Most of them gonna be like that.
Hold on. Kev, I got you. Hold up. I got you, fam. Hold up. Ed, Ed, just drop out, fam. Just drop out. Hold up. Oh boy. Now, my thing about this whole street thing is just as ain't productive. And it ain't because it's no hate to the guys. It's just the hypocrisy of it all. I don't like hypocrisy.
Bro, you love hypocrisy. You love it.
No, I don't. I actually don't.
You a fucking the nigga with a degree. You love hypocrisy. You a slave with a goddamn degree. You love hypocrisy, nigga.
Let me hold up. I got you, kid. I don't know if he gonna unmute when he unmute, but you know you muted, Kev. So unmute when you feel like it. But at the end of the day, it's not a winning lifestyle.
Bro, how would you know? You in slavery, bro. You trying to get free without fighting. When that ever happened in your fucking life?
That's one of the reasons
when
why.
That ever happened?
Hold on. That's one of the reasons why I ain't too keen on the street shit. A lot of niggas ain't fighters.
Bro, you not gonna be able to play fair and win. How you gonna play
even when it comes to that playing unfair shit, they're not really fighters like that.
How you gonna play a criminal and play by the rules with a motherfucking straight murderer, homosexual, criminal, man? How the fuck did you even think about that? Mean you scared, bro, and you done already chalked your L's up.
Don't
so just
assume,
give it up and go work your job and leave it alone.
Listen. Just because somebody's a killer don't mean they can't get killed.
Bro, you won't have no
intentions
of dealing with this motherfucker like that. When you do, watch this. I ain't trying to watch this. I'm not trying to talk no goofy shit. Bro, this is why the street niggas is gonna be the only First of all, these are individuals that's already been outcasted, man. And they understand even when they get an end to the system, they know that shit could get taken away at any moment. So they not betting. They not betting on their 401k and shit like that, bro. That's niggas.
I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying from my experience, street niggas ain't really built like that.
Bro, what? Okay, that's why I'm saying.
They
Where
just
are you
hold on to
getting this
being
from
street
your
niggas.
experience? What you mean?
Yeah, they not
Do
built
you
like that.
understand? But let me ask you, when I'm telling you about street niggas, you just seen some solid street niggas, or have you not? Have you seen some solid stand-up street niggas? I ain't talking about no goofy niggas in and out of jail, this, that, and loud, all that. Just a solid nigga that you knew that was handling his business and he might work and all that, and you knew he was solid.
Yeah, but that's a minority of people in the streets.
Now, okay,
I
be that
don't
as it may.
I don't play it's 5 out of
You
100
have to,
shit.
bro. If you a
I
nigga
know.
with a degree
No,
on the
because I count the
plantation,
95
you
other
do
niggas
play in small numbers.
that's sweet. It's not out of 100 niggas, 5 of them solid, 95 of them sweet. So I'm gonna say most of them niggas is sweet.
Bro, it only take one thorough nigga to get niggas in line, bro.
No, it don't.
It only take one thorough nigga to get niggas in line, man.
No, it don't. You can't.
How you know, bro?
You can't fuck with rebels
Man,
like
what
that.
you did? Hold on, man. You ain't no street nigga. What you didn't led, man? When you done went and got some dogs and then put niggas in the game and took niggas to the finish line, man. It take one thoroughbred nigga to change the game. That's why they put that shit in the FBI files. Stop the rise of a black messiah. It take one thoroughbred nigga to get niggas moving. That's all it takes.
I'm gonna tell you one. The reason why, when it comes to that mentality, it don't take one thoroughbred, because too many niggas with a street mentality want to be the leader when they ain't built.
Bro, you not a street nigga. So what is a street mentality to you, a nigga that's not a street nigga? This is the type of shit I'm talking about. You not a street nigga. You said it. So what's the street mentality?
Nigga, I grew up with vice lords and disciples. Cut it out.
Man, what was you doing, nigga?
I ain't
what the fuck was you doing? Don't tell me who you grew up with. What the fuck was you doing? What was L.A.R. goddamn doing?
L.A.R. wasn't in the streets. L.A.R.'s best friends was all in the streets. And anytime shit
wanted,
no, I ain't done. And when shit really wanted to pop off, guess who they was calling? L.A.R. Not the niggas in their goddamn set.
So what? But you just saying you not a street nigga. So then that disqualifies you, bro.
Pussy, man. They pussy to me.
Bro,
the whole street shit is
niggas you knew. That's the niggas you knew.
No, dude, I'm 44. It's a lot of pussy people that claim to be in the streets.
Bro, you not a street nigga. You already said that. So how the fuck would you know? That's why you hanging around a bunch of sucker niggas.
How many street niggas you think I punched
you not a street nigga?
Mouth?
Huh?
Them niggas ain't built for shit.
Bro,
they in the streets. They not really violent like that. They scary, dog. They scary.
Bro, then that's not the niggas I'm fucking talking about, bro. I just said, did you know some thorough tans? You said, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yes, but I said they the minority, man. They the
minority to you because you ain't in the streets like that.
Fam.
And whether you know it or not, I'm gonna show you something. A lot of the niggas that you with, a lot of the street money is connected to this legit money that you seeing, man. Y'all niggas always act like the streets is just some out of bounds area. Man, legit niggas mess with street niggas too. They make business deals and all that. So this is what I'm saying. Y'all niggas is talking goofy shit.
Look. That's a minority too.
Legit niggas make deals with street niggas too.
That's a minority too. That's a minority too.
I'm not saying if it's a minority or the majority. I'm saying this is what happens when you a thoroughbred nigga. You cross all different boundaries. You fuck with thorough niggas from all different lanes, man.
I'm gonna say this. I don't do these Jay-Z stories. Because the majority of them ain't that shit. No, I'm just I use it as an example. People like to do the street shit and act like, oh, this nigga came a businessman, this nigga went platinum. I don't do the Jay-Z stories because most of the shit is
more
bullshit.
Dudes was taking their money and getting businesses and shit. Your era, it wasn't as much. When
the niggas ain't got no motherfucking businesses now. Stop with the barbershop, with the laundromat.
You said black men gotta be perfect. Look, so black men gotta be perfect then, huh?
No.
Listen, black men gotta be perfect because you doing that shit right now. No. Black men gotta be perfect, huh? Stop with the barbershop drive-through. So we gotta be perfect, man.
Hold on. But the first thing I said, I'm talking about people who ain't on that criminal shit.
I told you
no, I'm not a hypocrite.
We gotta be perfect now. No. Now we gotta be perfect for you.
No.
So what's wrong with the street nigga? What's wrong with the street nigga that get his money out the streets all day? What's wrong with that? He kills black people. He sells drugs to black people. The white man sells drugs to you too, but you ain't condemning him. Watch this. The white man sells drugs. The white man sells drugs to you too, but you ain't condemning the white man.
Answer your question, fam. But me and Kev gonna have to talk after this.
Okay, no problem. I appreciate you rocking.
No, it's all love. Don't believe it's all love regardless. But
no doubt.
What you just said, street niggas don't even want their kids to be street niggas. So I don't believe it.
Man, where you getting this from? Anyway, we gonna rock. Listen, respect to you. Bring some of that raw shit, man. Let them know this system is a problem. Our peoples I'm gonna watch this. Our people's been doing a hell of a job for the attack that we've been under, man. All these goddamn years, centuries, man. We've been doing a hell of
Well,
a job banging on this beast, man. So I'm gonna give props to black people, the women, the men, and the babies, man. We've been under heavy. We don't even know they've been doing so much shit to us, bro. We really don't even know what they've been doing to us. We just been
I,
surviving, man. This is why you see us all out here fucked up. But guess what? Look around at all the other groups. They out here fucked up, even more fucked up than we are. At least we got this. At least we can say niggas been attacking us the whole time. This is why we down. These niggas ain't got no, fuck them. They ain't got no excuse. We've been under attack the whole time. It's still banging. So
just
with
for the
that,
record, fam, I appreciate you saying that. Just know I got videos saying the same thing. All right.
yes, sir.
All right, man. Kev.
Hey, how's it going, L.A.R. man? Yeah, listen, I understand
Oh,
what he's trying to say, but it's like, again, it's like the
no,
problem
no.
with guys like him is like he
Hold on.
thinks that he
Hold on.
thinks
Hold on.
that
Hold on. 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 Lo, I know how it dropped you, fam, but just know you back on this thing and you muted anyway, so I don't even know what the hell going on. But
okay, yeah.
I'm gonna catch you on next one. Hold on, Kev, I got you. I just want him to know
Mhm.
that so if he can hear me. But all right, yeah,
Okay.
I didn't know what the
Look,
hell happened.
yeah. Listen, I understand what he's trying to say, but we got to be honest. And again, you said this, guys like Tito said this. You know, here's uh, here's a bunch of reasons. Okay, with bunch of holes in his thinking. Right. Number one, he assumes that most so-called black men are in the streets because we're scared. It's like, no, we're not in the streets because we see the consequences of living that lifestyle. Like, I understand what you're saying, though, but brother, you're not the only one who grew up poor, or your parents grew up separate from one another, or you're not the only one that to see somebody get shot or have family members that were drug addicts and whatnot. Like, that's not unique to you. And I really hate when they try to act like their story is just so unique and it's not like dime a dozen. I'm like, bro, the reason why most so-called black men aren't in the streets is because we see the outcomes. We're not talking about, like you said, these Jay-Z stories. We see the actual outcomes. Most dudes that are in the streets are not these criminal masterminds. They're not these Frank Lucas, hauling, laundering millions of dollars and whatnot. For every one 600 Breezy, Freddie Gibbs, Schoolboy Q, Allen Iverson, Michael Irvin, etc. For every one brother that was in the streets, that was able to make it up out the streets and really touch some paper like that, for every one brother like that, there's like another 20 that just completely flame out and either end up doing hard time, addicted to hard drugs and go, batshit crazy, uh, trapped in perpetual poverty. Like, we see this with our own eyes. You know, he can say one thing, but we got the tape or as they say in football, we've done the film study. Most of y'all are not going to amount to anything. So it's like, why are we even having this conversation in 2024?
It was just
Like, it's dumb.
it wasn't even part of the topic, but whatever, it's cool. It was a part of it, but not the whole conversation I wanted to have. But the thing about it is, I just don't believe in the street mentality like that, because I don't like you said, it's not just the consequences for me. It's just, if you grew up in a harsh, we call it a harsh environment.
Yeah, you realize that
You
it fucking sucks.
you know the people who we know the people. Like, I know the people who've been gang banging since they were before teenagers. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
I got friends who didn't got caught by the gangs and cartels and got tortured, and you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Got an eye gouged out, and people that got shot up. And it's like, this is not what they be like, man, hell no, man. Hell no. This I would have did something else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
and that's what I'm saying. It's like, and this is why sometimes I kind of question I kind of question his mindset, because I'm like, again, I've talked to several older dudes that have been in the streets, and they all say the same thing. They want to keep younger brothers out of the streets, like you said. They want younger brothers. They'll be the first ones to tell you stay in school, or hey, be sure to get like a legit skill or whatnot. I think what happens is that a lot of dudes do this. It's a very performative act, almost like it's kind of the same issue with like a lot of these like like these like radical pro blacks, like the pro black simps. They want to do all this hyper like revolutionary talk, and you realize that for like 90% of them, it's just performative.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of like chest thumping, you know.
For me, sometimes you're too deep in. Just it could be like even on the other side, like when people talk about the bourgeoisie, it's sometimes you just too deep in to see,
Yeah,
what's going
exactly.
on
Yeah, like
around.
you said. Yeah,
So
you know what I mean. Again, and it's the same issue with them. Again, like what you said, so-called black men don't have to be perfect. You don't have to do all this alpha your way through it, put the team on your back type of thing. It's literally just do your job. That's it. Just do your job.
that's
Like fuck everything else. Do your job. You do your job. Stop worrying about what his job is. Do your job.
yeah,
That's
like
it.
because the initial premise of this is you don't have to be perfect because everybody else around you is gonna be screw ups and they just gonna give them pats on the back. Now you gotta know
Exactly.
that. You gotta know that, but don't fall into the trap where you gotta be perfect just to be on a level playing field. And what I mean is don't let people
Yeah.
put you in a box
Yeah.
to,
Try to
to where
pressure you. Yeah.
you can't even try because damn, I gotta go 10 for 10 while this fool could go 1 for 9. It's like
Yeah. Exactly.
don't
Yeah.
even,
Exactly. Yeah.
you know,
Yes.
just play your game, just run your race and know you're gonna have this adversity. But you don't
Yeah.
have to be perfect. But
Mm-hmm.
like for me at this point, it's sad because like even with the brothers
Yep.
talking about it, like I know for a fact that people in the streets don't have good real estate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know for a fact that people who've been in the streets, the vast majority of them, they could have just did better working a 9 to 5.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? So
And
even
then
when
I
it
would
comes,
also say, yeah.
my
And
bad,
then
go ahead.
to your point, LAR. The reason why we're always talking so much shit about working class so-called black men. The quote unquote the lanes and the squares, the stuff that work 9 to 5. The reason why everyone's always talking shit about so-called black men working 9 to 5 jobs is it's very simple, LAR. Because we do the most good for the so-called black community. It's not like when people always talk about this stuff about building and making stuff happen and putting the team on their back. It's the working class so-called black men that are doing those things quietly in the background. That's the reason why um, we're always catching all this flack, because think about it, LAR, like you said, most quote unquote average so-called black men, right? We're not super classist and elitist. Uh, we're not sitting up there trying to like stop other people from like getting jobs or whatnot. Um, there's no like you said, we're not doing a bunch of things to fuck up and destroy our own community. You know, um, like and when push comes to shove, if stuff when stuff really needs to get done, the people who usually get it done are not are not these elitists, these boule black elitists. They're not the fake street niggas and the dumb street niggas. They want to call themselves quote unquote real niggas. It's not the strong and independent women's and all these woke Twitter feminists. No, it's going to be a guy who's a plumber, who's an accountant, who at the end of the day is going to be able to donate to a charity or do some type of community service work.
I just
You know? Yeah.
for, like for me, I just don't want people to believe that. And you know what? I'm gonna say this: the streets dead. For anybody who know, the streets is dead. Like it ain't really no money like that in the streets. But
Yeah. Again. Yeah.
the
Like you
the
said.
thing about
Again.
it that
Yeah.
I just want people to take into consideration, let's not the same way we want to be real about like the boule class or the bourgeoisie class, the same way we want to talk about the negative things about just the working class and even the poor. We got to talk about the criminal class the same way and be objective and just be honest. I can't live in that these people are good businessmen type thing because they're not.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
They're
again,
not.
like you
They've
said,
never been
most of
good
them. Yeah.
businessmen.
Yeah. Most of them are not Frank Lucas. Like
No.
most of the dudes in the street are not Frank Lucas. Like they're not.
No.
They're not moving weight like that. They're not
Even
these
if I don't
super
even have to be
sophisticated
Frank Lucas,
businessmen.
like,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna say this, and it might come off as disrespectful. Rick Ross is free now, not the rapper, Freeway Rick Ross. But
Yep,
if
Freeway
he's,
Ricky. Yeah.
you can name all of those big drug dealers. Without drugs, they can't do anything. They just kind of like the character of Franklin Saint that just winds up being homeless. They
Yeah.
don't have any business aptitude like that. People have to take into consideration that, man, you know, just because you could sell, just a person sells drugs or is in a criminal lifestyle, that doesn't make them good at business. That's just a tax-free criminal enterprise. Like that's it.
Right.
These people can't run a Chick-fil-A. Like,
right. And the issue with trying to, I guess, try to peer pressure everybody into being in the streets is that, again, it's, and nobody wants, well, people do talk about the downside of it. Again, it's that, like you said, not only do most of them not make it big, but all it really does, it just breeds and coddles a lot of like abject dysfunction and just creates an environment of mistrust. You know, like what Edwin Anderson said. You know,
shout out to Edwin.
It allows
by the way,
us as so-called black men, we basically are being taught to be slaves to feelings of ego and guilt. You know, you're being made to feel guilty for not participating in criminal activity. But again, it's like, what's the point of doing criminal activity if 95% of y'all are going to end up broke anyway?
My thing is, the brother was right. Like Los was right about, you know, and I agree with him. Like, America's a criminal enterprise. I agree with that. But the other thing is, and we're not free. I agree with that. But I also gotta say, listen, man, even agreeing with that, I still can't say that, oh, I need to fit the stereotype of a street cat for what? Like, I don't, it's not that I don't like people from the hood.
It's like, you can talk with slang. It's not the slang. It's not the slang that's the problem. It's the coddling of the dysfunction. It's like, y'all think it's genuinely okay to be stupid, and I'm like, no. If you're stupid, people will genuinely take advantage of you, especially if you're a so-called black man.
Like,
people will genuinely try to fuck you over if they think you're stupid.
And I didn't get a chance to get this off when he was talking like the weed thing, because I know, like, one of the brother Jeremiah, he always comments when I talk about weed smokers. I'm just using weed smokers as a muse for people who overdoing it, because what I see now is people who are on drugs. Like, there was a time where if you did drugs, it wasn't cool to do drugs in front of your kids. We live in an era for the last 10, 15 years where people love talking about weed and smoking weed, but they're smoking in front of their kids. I can't respect that. And I'm not saying Los does that, but he knows every pothead on the planet now thinks weed is okay everywhere. So they're smoking in front of their children, their friends, kids. They don't care. I can't respect that.
Exactly. Yep. Like you said, again, it's like,
I grew up with people who was on coke. They were snorting coke in front of doing crack, and you'd be like, nigga, what the fuck is wrong with you? You a dope fiend. So just because you doing weed, that doesn't. If you do weed, and I see people doing weed excessively, like I saw cokeheads and crackheads do it. So I'm like, to me, you a dope fiend.
Yep. Again, and that's the part that we don't want to talk about. Again, it's the reason why dudes are giving pushback to the whole, street persona. Again, it's not the slang, it's the abject dysfunction that comes with it. So that's what, when people want to talk about this whole Pookie versus educated lamb and whatnot, that's really what, especially dudes in the space are pushing back against. It's like, dudes are pushing, it's not the slang that's the problem, talking with slang, it's the fact that most people that are obsessed with the streets are very hyper dysfunctional people. Like, they're hyper dysfunctional.
That's definitely
again, like you said, smoking weed in front of kids. Even Ed talked about, you got some dudes that are so desperate for sex for women that they'll even try to like have sex with women in the same room that like the newborn baby's in. Like, just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like you said, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Like, damn.
It's like I believe in, like the things that you do, because I don't like thrill seekers. That's just my thing. Like, and it doesn't matter. Like when I talk about people driving fast, I hate people like that.
Yeah,
Even though I got a muscle car, bro, I don't need you speeding by me at 100 because you just want to go 2 lanes over when you could have did that shit 2 miles ago, but you chose not to.
right.
Because if you hit me, and I can get out of the car, I'm not gonna hear that speech. Oh my bad, bro. I'm gonna break your fucking neck. That's just my mentality. Because I'm like, no, you trying to you think it's fun to put my life at risk, so I'm gonna put your life at risk. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. Again,
You know,
and yeah. So again, and again, I understand what Lowe's saying as far as, but here's the thing: the vast majority of us, we don't need the whole racism lecture. Like most of us are acutely aware of the fact that it exists. Like we don't need the lecture. It's like it's beating a dead horse at this point. The problem is that again, it's like they feel the need to want to thump their chest to act like they're so quote unquote superior. But like, but as you said, LAR, the problem is that everybody who's always talking about the quote unquote inferior masculinity of working class so called black men, 99.9% of them don't measure up to the standards they try to hold us to, which
that's
is
the
totally ironic. Yeah,
and that's who this actual don't you don't have to be perfect was actually to, like, the working class brothers who not really in all the shenanigans. You get what I'm saying? So
hmm yeah.
my
Like
my
you said, it's like yeah, again, it's that feeling of guilt. Um, you feel guilty for the abject dysfunction that goes on instead of accepting the fact that it's been a multi-generational and multifaceted conspiracy to keep you as a permanent underclass in American society. And as
see
long as you're not being abusive and predatory and you want to like work hard and like earn your keep, like you gotta just make peace with that, man.
peace,
So
damn it. Like I'm a person who just, like, I got out of the I'm hood, I'm ghetto thing like in 5th grade. You get what I'm saying? Cause I moved back to Chicago from New Orleans, and I had one of them I'm from the projects moments, and it's like me, and the teacher's like, yeah, everybody from the projects, and I had to go, oh shit, let me shut the
exactly.
hell up. you know,
Exactly.
you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Again,
So
like you said,
it,
it's
it
like you're
it's
not the only one. Like that's what it is. Again, it's like, even though, a lot more of us are middle class now, it's like you're not the only one. Like, bro, you're not the only one that grew up poor or had poor relatives. You're not the only one that grew up exposed to gang activity or seeing somebody get stabbed or shot or insert traumatic event here. Like, dude, you're not the only one.
and it's not
Like, we're
like,
not saying this is ignorance. We're saying this because we've been exposed to it too. We've all been exposed to the same types of BS. It's just that we just didn't use it as this used to just completely flame out. That's all.
and I'm glad he said something, like when I told him, like, all these people in that street stuff, all of these people didn't come from poverty and in single parent households. Like a lot of these people came, and even the ones that came from single parent households, their parents was working a good ass job. They just wasn't living in a Section 8 type situation. So I'm glad he can even attest to that, because at the end of the day, man, part of this is just we got to be honest about everything. And I get what he's saying, with the system part, but like I just can't glorify the BS. That's all. I
Yeah.
just can't
Again,
do it.
it's yeah because it's like you know unless you're a dude who's in the streets, unless you're getting the guns, or like unless you're routinely practicing like shooting, boxing, that type of stuff, unless you're like
Street dudes
continuously
don't.
practicing,
The
yeah,
people in gangs,
most
they
of them
don't do
don't do
shit like
that.
that. They
So
don't do
that's what I'm
shit
saying.
like
Most of
that.
them don't do that. So it's like if stuff really, really pops off, I'm talking about like a total system collapse. Can we really rely on you to get shit popping, or you're just kind of talking shit?
Well,
Like
see, I look at most street cats, and it's wrong to say this way, but it's the best way I can say it. I look at most street cats like Ti, son. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's Ti, son. Like that's really you. You get what I'm saying? Like
right, or
you know,
or or or, or
or,
I could give an even better comparison, right? Most of them cats, like most of them cats, who talk like low, right? They, if you let them tell it, how can I use like an NFL example? If you let them tell it, they're like Sauce Gardner, they're Jair Alexander, they're Denzel Ward, they're like elite at what they do. But in
Yeah,
reality,
that's
when we
not.
look at tape and look at their life, I'm like, bro, you're not Sauce Gardner, bro. You're fucking Eli Apple. Like you're getting cooked, dog. Like every time we look, you are getting straight fucking cooked, and
It's
any success that you experience is in spite of you, not because of you. It's in spite of you. You
because
know?
like I remember a long time ago, and shout out to the kosher clinician. He had me on a panel with Charleston White. This like right before Charleston White blew up, and we was talking about
Yeah.
his past and all that other stuff, right? And life in general. And he had an issue with why he had an issue with people who have the gangster mentality or the gangsters. And I said it then. I said, listen, what happened was you had a lot of young kids who got into gangs and all that other stuff. And then as they got older, they realized the people who was in the gangs was like suckers and snitches. But
Yep.
and then a generation went by and you come back home and you seeing these people who swear they running the block or whatever, and you like, you told on everybody, but these kids don't
Yeah.
know you told on everybody because everybody either gone, dead, or in jail. So, and then they find
Mm-hmm.
out the hard way because that's my OG, and it's like your OG are straight up broad, you know.
Yeah.
So
Like yeah. So again, and that's another thing that people don't want to talk about. Again, it's like every dude that talk tough ain't on some like omerta code of silence type stuff. Like a lot of them dudes will squeal if you put even a little bit of pressure on them. You know, that's why they're the main ones always run around talk about don't snitch, don't snitch, don't
I
snitch,
don't
because they're the ones snitching.
like you gotta like something like I had friends who was in it. Like my friends who was really in it for the most part, they did. You know what I'm saying? The people that I
Yeah,
had, they did.
yeah,
Um, or they really, really screwed up. Like when I mean screwed
yep,
up, like physically screwed up. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yep.
Because of getting
Physically,
shot and shit like that.
yep, physically,
Um,
mentally, yeah. Again, a million different stories. You know,
and the
addicted
ones,
to hard drugs.
yeah,
Yep, trapped in hard poverty, dead,
and the ones
serving
that
hard
made it,
time.
and
Mm-hmm.
honestly, the ones that made it, the vast majority of them, they rats. They fat right, they fat, out of shape, you
Mm-hmm.
know, social media shit talkers. But really, when they got pressed by the cops, they copped the plea.
Yeah,
You know, so I'm not
yeah.
like I'm not enamored by the shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Again, it's like it's one of those things where it's like, and this is not so much of a trying to do this. This is not so much of trying to do the whole Pookie versus Ray Ray debate, but
I'm not.
it's just like guys got to understand. It's like, listen, being square is not a sin. All right, like we got to stop this mindset of thinking that being quote unquote square, like as long as you're willing to stand up for yourself, you know, stand up for yourself physically, mentally, as long as you have some type of skill, as long as you're useful, you know what I mean, and willing to grow and evolve, especially spiritually, like you don't need to walk around and hang your head in shame, man. Like
Because
you don't have to, yeah, like there's
I'm
no
a,
point in trying to beat yourself up about it. Yeah.
and I'm like I could say this on the opposite end of the spectrum. Because to me, it's the same type of person. Like like he was like you went to college and all that, and I get all that. Yeah, that's cool. But I could say it on the even the bourgeoisie thing, where you have some people who are black and let's just say upper, maybe middle class, upper class, whatever you want to call it, right? And they swear to God, you know, they try to say that they better than these people and those people, but honestly, they wouldn't be around a black person who's beneath them that's actually competitive.
Exactly. Yeah. Like
So,
basically, it's one of those things where it's like they're class. What is this? And I think to your point, yeah, it's like they preach black excellence not out of so called they when they talk about black excellence, it's not out of a sense of self love or self confidence. It's just as a way of being classist and elitist towards other so called black people. They just want to be able to look down on other so called black people and say, "I'm better than you Negroes." And as you can see,
that's
as Deion Sanders pointed out with the HBCU stuff, a lot of the times they get in these administrative positions either in HBCUs, these majority black cities, etc., and they run these institutions right into the ground while all the time trying to tell you that their shit doesn't stink. They'll run these institutions right into the ground. You
because
know, uh, yeah,
because like he said, like Patrick was talking about, what's up with you anyway? Like, college square is better than a street square with no direct. And I get it. But you know what I'm saying? I also know, because I've been to colleges, that, like you just said, when you get people in high positions mismanaging money, but doing, just because they're in a upper class position, but they doing dope dealer shit. It's like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Because
Crisis
for
of
me,
consciousness. Yeah.
yeah, for me, what I see is it's on both sides. Like I see the street cats tearing down the community, talking about they helping the community, and I see the people who are, in the upper positions tearing down the community, swearing that they helping the community. And it's like, bro, cut it out. And it's
Yeah. Pretty
but
much.
I will say this, like when you say corporate thugs, people who are in corporate America who do stuff like that, they're not really thugs at all. You know what I'm saying? They literally are the kind of people who will fuck you up. Like if you told somebody in corporate America, oh, so you gonna fuck me over, and they go, yeah, and you go, let me tell you something. You work here, you don't live here, so I'm gonna see your ass out in the streets. It'd be a whole different ball game, because we're like, wait, time out, time out, time out. I mean, it's the equivalent, and I've had to have these conversations with people, and I've said this numerous times. It's probably not the best thing, smartest thing I've ever done, but I've done it numerous times. I've gotten to, let's just say, not even arguments with cops, and I had to tell them, hey man, I'm not finna hold back because you're a cop. If you pull that bully card, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. And it's like, yeah, you get your badge don't mean that I'm gonna govern myself and let you win. You gonna get fucked up. And it's like, damn, hold up, time out. We gotta recall this for a second. Because people assume that, everybody has to, if you break the rules, the person you break the rules against got to play by the rules. And that's not reality. That's what I'm trying to convey at the end of the day. And that goes for the people who are on the street side and the people who are on the corporate side. Just because you feel like you're in power, that does not mean I have to react like you're powerful.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, it's like, don't act like you're untouchable, because that's the easiest way to end up getting touched,
Yeah.
so to speak.
And that's what I mean
And
by,
again,
like, my bad, you got
yeah,
it.
yeah. And to your point, yeah, it's not about we all gotta be super classist or elitist, or we all gotta, like, sag and act like a bunch of dumb hood niggas. It's like, listen, bro, we understand it's fucked up out here. We understand the racism and the poverty and the dysfunction. What we can do to help ourselves is not be a, a useless burden on other so-called black people. Pretty much, like, that's how. If I can explain it in the most succinct way possible, if you are able-bodied and able-minded, genuinely, you should not feel comfortable being a useless burden on other so-called black people. End of.
It's
That's
just
it.
even
That's it.
even with that, and I think we as a black community, we got this problem big. We help the wrong people. If you're a
Yeah.
problem, then
Yeah.
you
Consistent problem.
I'm
Yeah.
not, yeah, if you're a problem, I'm not finna just go out of my way to help you, because it's like, we got to stick together. No, because what you're telling me is I got to help you because you're a problem, but when I help you, I got to skip over somebody who's not a problem that actually is productive. So fuck you. That's how I look at it. Like, fuck no, you unproductive. Get the fuck out of my face. And it's like, yo, but we brothers. No, I don't want to hear that brother shit. I don't want to hear none of that.
Yeah. Basically, it's like, stop using the race argument to justify being a useless bum. Essentially, like stop trying to be a
I
useless
ain't even,
bum.
you know what?
Yeah.
It's crazy. I ain't even talking. I'm not even gonna talk about useless bump. I'm gonna talk about if you are the person who needs time to get it together. I'm not gonna waste time on you because you need time to get it together when there's somebody I can actually help that's ready right now.
Exactly.
That
Yep.
don't make sense to me.
Yep.
And I think we as a community, we have that bad. Like, oh
Yeah.
man,
That feeling of guilt. Again,
it's
it's
like,
guilt. It's
ah,
again, it's the guilt where we feel like you gotta save everybody. It's like, you don't have to save everybody. You just gotta, number one, not be in the way yourself, and number two, offer some helpful advice or a helping hand to somebody else who's also looking to help themselves. You know, that's it. Like, it's it's better for 80% of us to take 2 steps in the right direction than for us to try to get like
'Cause-
the bottom 20% of us to take 5 steps in the right direction, you know?
So I'm gonna say this, and I talked about the younger kids, the clothes, and all that other stuff, right? And this is where I have an issue, and even with the young brothers about this, and it's really not them per se. I done went to a high school graduation. Me and my wife went on a cruise recently, and I don't understand how you can be at a high school graduation with a Pooh Shiesty mask on. That don't make sense to me. I don't
Yeah.
understand how you can go
Yeah,
to
I'm
an
like,
airport and how you get all the way to your gate, and then you put the Pooh Shiesty mask on because they made you take it off 2-3 times. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand how you gonna be on a cruise walking around with a Pooh Shiesty mask.
right.
It's all
And plus, it's especially if you're living in like in hot weather cities. I'm like, it gets hot
exactly.
as fuck. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, first of all, you're not an NFL corner. You're not playing. This isn't the wild card round. Playing at like the Chiefs and it's like 40 degrees outside. Why the fuck are you wearing a Pooh Shiesty mask? Like, bro, like stop. Like, just stop. Like people want to imitate the street aesthetic, but they don't want to accept the consequences that come with it. I'm not saying this to promote some respectability politics. I'm saying like, bro, if you're not in that lifestyle, stop acting like you're in that lifestyle. Like, period. Like,
Uh,
stop trying to put on a front.
it's
Like,
just
it's cringe.
it's not for me. Sometimes it's one of those things where you know if you really about something, it's on you. You ain't got to put on a uniform. You know what I'm saying? Like like it. Like I remember I was telling somebody, if you grow up places, you kind of know. If you live somewhere, you can kind of spot somebody from the area you lived. Like if you from Philly and you don't live in Philly, you could spot somebody from Philly. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with New Yorkers, Chicago, New Orleans. Like oh yeah, you from such and such. I know I could tell that. So when I see stuff, I'm like, man, we need to stop imitating something because I don't want to hear you. You from Texas, but you dressing like somebody and you acting like somebody from Memphis, bro. Just be from Texas. Chill out. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that. You know.
Yeah,
You know.
basically, yeah, like you said, like, stop faking the funk.
Yeah, it don't like for me. It's like, come on, bro. It's this. I feel the same way when I get around people who try to be uber smart and they put on the Uber
Mm.
stuff. And it's like, bro, you dumb
Yeah,
as
just
shit.
using a
You
bunch of
just
big words.
yeah.
Yeah, using big words or I especially hate on social media. People use words out of context. What's the good one? Was it
Like
incel, misogynist, narcissist?
yeah. I used to me and my aunt.
Yeah, just like, what are you
My,
talking about, bro? What?
and me and my aunt used to like Michael Eric Dyson. I was like, he ain't saying shit. And she was like, what do you mean? I said, hey, he ain't saying shit. He's just saying a bunch of big words to make white people clap. He is not saying anything productive right now. And she'd be like, are you serious? I'm like, in crypto fascism, what is that? What is that? He said, what did that have to do with the conversation just now that he was talking about? I don't know. I know, because you don't know what the hell he just said. It becomes, it's easier to move forward if we're dealing in truth.
Yep.
And
Yep.
and,
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 and
and a lot of people want us to, yeah, and a lot of people, you're hitting right there on the head. A lot of people want us to how can I put it this? When we talk about the race unity, a lot of people want quote unquote race unity off of like lies and bullshit. And it's like, no,
yeah,
like that's never gonna work. It's never. It's never gonna
yeah,
work. You got case in point. When the dude was talking about African this, African that, I'm like, first of all, even if you look at the whole, for those people who still try to pontificate the root slavery era, I'm like, most black slaves in North America were not African slaves. Yeah, there were some that were brought here, but most black slaves in North America were not African slaves. No, like that's the reason why the majority of this uh um uh, um back to Africa movement stuff like that falls apart is because if they were serious, they wouldn't be coming to North America talking about let's go back to Africa. They would go to a country like Brazil, which the bulk of the slaves
no,
were taken to. You know what I mean? Like It's just
Like
it's so frustrating sometimes, man. It's so frustrating.
that. Yes, yeah. Like that.
Yeah,
That's part of me trying to say we don't have to be perfect. It's just like just be honest and be you. Because if you're trying to be
yeah,
perfect, or somebody wants to put you in a perfect box, you're in a lose-lose situation. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. It
But
goes back to my point. I'm like, stop looking, stop trying to look for, stop, or should I say, to use sports analogy, stop trying to get carried. Just do your job. You know, like it's almost like to use like a football or basketball terminology. Stop looking for that one star player, or trying to say, stop trying to be the bench warmer or the nameless, faceless body on a championship team. If you're in a position to make a play, make a play. It's that simple. Like, just do your job, and if you're in position to make a play, make a play. Like, stop all this, look at like stop all this hero ball bullshit, man.
it's and see, I've played enough sports to know, and I used to tell my son this, and using sports as a reference, I was like, what you believe you are in your mind is some TV movie shit. You got to see actually who you are in actually the heat of these moments, and that's a major issue that
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people, they actually don't put themselves in the competitive realm. So it's all theory. It's all feeling. It's not really like, yo, this is actually, like you got to get into a fight to know, oh, okay, I can't do this move because this don't work in a real fight, but I could do that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
people watch football. Oh, that look when you playing that armchair quarterback. Oh man, he could have did this. He could have did that. Do you
Yeah.
know what defense they're running right now?
Exactly. I'm like,
No.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw that too. Yeah, like I saw that when people were talking about, when Brock Purdy missed a couple throws in the Super Bowl. I'm like, oh, he should have hit him on that throw. I'm like, Chris Jones was literally like right there in his face, and if he held the ball for like a split second longer, he would have got sacked, right? Like, you do know that, right? Like, you're asking him to take a sack and knock them out of field goal range just to quote unquote prove he's an elite quarterback. Like, bro,
Yeah,
what
but
are you talking about, man?
but the other thing people don't realize is, hey man, even if he would have waited a second, if you play football enough, and if I throw a pass right here when you right there, I might break my hand. So now
Yep,
I gotta release it at a certain point. It might take something off because if I follow through, I ain't gonna play in the rest of the game because I'm gonna hit my hand on this helmet. So it's not a
yep,
good idea. So like a lot of times people don't. Oh, why didn't you do that? Why didn't you do that? Hey, bro, let me ask you a question. Like, you ever ran a slant on a 3-4 with a strong safety on that side? You ever ran a slant right there? Because they waiting right there.
yep,
Like you do
yep.
realize
Either to draw the ball loose or to hit you in the chest. Yep.
it's like, nah, man. And that's what I meant. Like when I was talking to him earlier, I know, like the vast majority of people who want to be thugs, they are not physical people. They don't box, they
Exactly.
don't wrestle, they don't play football, they don't play
They don't
basketball,
box.
they
They
don't
don't
do they
practice
don't do
shooting. They don't do
physical
nothing of that.
shit.
Yeah, yeah. Like, they don't
You
do any
know,
of that. But they just, but the whole purpose is, it's the persona. It's the grandiose persona. They want the persona because they want to project the image, or should I say, the image of coolness that comes with it. Whereas with you, LAR, you're looking on the other side of it. I'm like, bro, if you don't know how to box or shoot or whatnot, bro, you'll get your ass handed to you on the bench silver platter, bro. Like, fuck trying to look tough. I'm like, you gotta actually be tough. You gotta actually, like, know, like, be able to legitimately hold your own weight.
and plus, like I know, like I'm not a military cat, but most of I got a lot of homeboys that was in the military. So who would I trust if shit went left? Somebody in the
Exactly.
military or somebody
Exactly. Yeah.
like it's easy.
Yeah.
That's an easy choice.
If I gotta choose between a dude talking about dude, some random hood dude from Miami with a switch versus somebody like Nicholas Irving who's like a trained sniper, bro, I'm calling Nicholas Irving 11
Because
times out of 10. Like, yo, bro, what do you need me to do?
like I remember the first time. Man, was it the first time maybe the second time I went to a gun show. I went with one of my homeboys. He's ex-military, right? He worked in the artillery. So we're at the gun show, and the same thing I'm thinking, he affirms it. Like he said, look around, man, because these guys were buying these big ass guns, and he said, if shit went left, you see how he's sweating just holding that gun. You see how long it took him to pull that gun out. If he had to run from here to there with that gun, he wouldn't make it. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cause he's like, you don't get, people like to be fantasy and military. If like I'm 5'8" and I get what do you call them? I was about to say the nines, but the smaller versions. I done forgot the damn name of it. The compacts. The compacts.
The compacts. Okay.
And I knew this even before that. If me and you got the same gun, but I got a compact, and I know what I'm doing, I'm gonna get off before you.
Yep.
That's what that is. I'm gonna get off before you. And
yeah.
So
yeah, like you said, people in their mind thinking they John Wick, like they want to be John Wick, but they don't want to do all that training. They skip the training montage. They just think they're supposed to just wake up one day and just loud. Like, no, bro.
And just like people on the opposite end of that spectrum, I've known people who play that game where I got a gun, so now I was like, I've seen plenty of guys who really ain't street, but since they got a gun on them, they just like a little hood Negro who got a gun and feel powerful. Now they talking crazy, now they picking fights, and it's like, oh, you got a gun, so you picking fights to play the self-defense game.
I'm like, bro, you're living in America. You're not the only one with a gun, dog. Like,
no, it's just like, it's just one of those things. Like, bro, you do realize if you pick a fight with somebody because you got a gun and they walk off, when you walk to your car, they could just shoot your shit up. Like, is it worth it? Like, is it because we got to get out of that, man. Yeah, we got to get because I like all this shit people want to do when they free. You got to take it in consideration. Like, I don't like, everybody ain't built for jail, and everybody who want to be a killer, if you get locked up, you ain't built for that. Believe you're not built for that.
Yeah, Again, it's one of those situations where you can apply it to that. It's the same thing, you're starting to see a lot of that on when it comes to like the opposite gender. You know what I mean? A lot of these women realize that they glorify the hot girl summer, but they realize that they're not cut out for it, and it's like,
too late.
But people told you this. Like, people told you. People repeatedly warned you millions of times. Listen, you're not cut out for the streets like that. You're not built for the streets like that. Stay out of the streets. Trust me. Like, just take it from either somebody who's either watched other people and how their consequences, or from somebody who's actually experienced. I'm like, trust me, or trust them. You are not built for the streets, and that's okay. I think what it is that a lot of people, they're kind of ashamed of being modest or admitting that they have faults, because in their minds, admitting that they're quote unquote average, in their minds, being quote unquote average is worse than being completely down bad, because it's the feeling of irrelevance. You know what I mean? Like, you're just kind of fading into the background, and they want that acknowledgement and that sense of acceptance that comes with being high profile, be in the streets, in upper class society. It's that feeling of importance. And I think the issue is that they focus on the wrong things to gain that feeling of importance. Instead of trying to become more competent, they just want the image of competence instead of actually being competent.
You know what? I should have said this at the beginning, and you just made me say this. Just not so thanks. I think for most people, the hardest thing in life to be is yourself.
Yep.
And because you're scared to be yourself, you're willing to compromise, or you're trying to find yourself in other people who you think are being themselves. And a lot of times, a lot of these people aren't actually being themselves. They're actually being a character.
Mm-hmm.
So
you could see it as an example of what you're talking about. You could see it when it comes to like remember the whole thing when guys used to get bullied, bullied for like liking anime, you know?
Yeah.
Now, fast forward, nowadays anime's huge. You're almost weird for not liking anime.
What
But
was
yeah,
interesting, I can't even. I gotta say that I shouldn't have said yeah at first because I don't remember people getting bullied for watching anime. I never. I've like because and it might be this might be different, but I remember we grew up watching cartoons, so anime was just like a transition,
yeah,
to a more
yeah. I was about to say
gory
yeah.
cartoon. You know,
Yeah. Same thing goes when it comes to like playing. Obviously, they've been mainstream for like the last 40 years, but same thing goes when it comes to playing like video games. You know what I mean? Obviously, I guess you could say I'm like very late millennial, very early Zoomer. I'm like on that cusp. Yeah, we grew up on like the fifth, sixth, and seventh generation of consoles. So, because of that, you know, video games have always been kind of popular, almost again like anime, where everybody kind of did it, and it was kind of like a guilty pleasure that sometimes you brag about it, sometimes you don't. But because most of us basically did it, it didn't feel weird because most of us were already doing it.
you know what? I get what
So
like because Patrick just said comic book culture wasn't a thing in the '90s, and it wasn't. But it had but you got to remember the first Batman movie came out in the '90s. The Blade was that '90s or the 2000s? I want to say like
yeah,
it'd be
Blade yeah Blade came out in '98. Yep, late '90s.
so
Yep.
it's what it was we had a bunch of people forget that it was a bogus superhero movie, but that He-Man Masters of the Universe, which kind of we had a lot of kiddie things. You remember Howard the Duck, the Transformers, GI Joe, all of that stuff was '80s, '90s, Mortal Kombat. So it was all there still. Like he's like still, like we had all of that stuff. It's just I think what happened was
Mm-hmm.
um when I was younger, you didn't trade your video games for being outside. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only that's the I think that's the major difference. Like we were into all of that stuff, but we still was outside.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Yeah. Like playing tag and stuff like that. Yeah. Where, yeah, you might be on the Game Boy, but then you would still be out, playing with your friends or playing,
yeah,
curveball, football. You play team sports. You hoop on the court. You might walk down the street with your friends to like the corner store. Um, obviously playing hide and seek in the neighborhood. I used to do that growing up. Or if your parents put you in daycare, they used to play outside as well. Yeah, so yeah, like you said, it was seen as kind of like a hobby and not like a whole lifestyle. It was like, oh, it's one of the hobbies that you had growing up. It's one
yeah,
of the things that you
yeah.
kind of
Because
just did.
people think like we played video games for hours, but it was like it was like a lot of times we played video games after we finished playing. It was like our
Yep.
inside game. It wasn't. It was what we did after we did all the other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So now, like when I
Yep.
got to college, I saw it became a problem because I stopped playing video games probably like in the late '90s because you know, like he said, like definitely collecting cars. I stopped playing video games in the '90s because I remember people failing in college because they was up all night playing Madden. It's like this shit is stupid.
Yeah.
Like,
Like yeah.
like this is stupid now. Like I'm not finna
Mm-hmm.
f this off because man, I've been up 2 days straight. That don't make sense now. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So, but again, I'm definitely grateful. For the
Appreciate
conversation,
you.
LAR. you know, Again, I understand what Lo is saying as far as like, okay, you shouldn't just be you shouldn't just mindlessly be on a rat race, but at the same time, it's like we got to keep it 100, man. Like the reason why people give pushback to dudes in the streets anyway is because the more we glorify the streets, we're not glorifying the hustle element of it. We're just glorifying the dysfunction. You know, like it's all about the dysfunction and not necessarily the hustler's mindset. Or the sense of trying to be like a street savvy as far as like how to like read people and sniff out people that are untrustworthy. We're just we're just taking all the dysfunctional shit that comes with it, and not the and not the good things that come about from it, but all the bad shit. So
yeah, I get it. I appreciate you. I just shout out to Los though. Like shout out to it's just I just can't. Like I think that street shit is just overrated. It is overrated.
yeah, like again, it's like it's the same thing. With a lot of guys, explaining that to them again, it's kind of like explaining, to a lot of women. I'm like, listen, unless you feel comfortable sleeping around with dozens, hundreds of thousands of people, you don't need to be in the streets like that. And it's one of those things where a lot of people, they have to learn the hard way. Unfortunately, like they don't believe a knife is sharp until they get stabbed in the chest with one. Like some people, they got to just experience it directly, and it sucks. But I mean, hey, it is what it is.
Exactly. Like I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna just say, I don't find you didn't learn anything. In my opinion, you don't learn anything by doing something that you shouldn't have done in the first place, and it don't work out for you. To me, it don't even equate. Just like you say, like the stove is hot, but I gotta touch the stove to see how hot it is. Oh, I learned it's hot. You didn't learn anything. You're just stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's how I look at it. Peace, man. Go, you got it.
Oh yeah. Again, thank you so much, L.A.R. Again, I'm always grateful, for your insight and your commentary. You be safe, man, and you enjoy the rest of your day. All right.
You got it, man. Peace.
Or rest of your evening.
Yeah, I got you. Peace. Yeah, folks. I didn't realize I was up here for 2 hours and whatnot. Damn, almost 3 hours. Whatever. I'm gonna keep it at that. Like, shout out to Los, shout out to Big Kev. It's just, and I, like you said, you being a hypocrite. I was trying to tell him in the beginning, for the people who are doing the right thing, you ain't got to be perfect. Because everybody's allowed to be imperfect when they're doing the wrong thing. So when you're doing the right thing, you don't have to. You can strive for perfection, but you don't have to be perfect in other people's minds, because they're really not trying to do. They're not trying to be perfect. They're looking for an excuse to blame you for stuff. So I'm gonna leave it at that, man. I appreciate y'all. I know it's late, so like, share, subscribe. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
This looks like a job for Superman.
You do this,
Spoken from the lips of the young, of the old, fear of me.
Yeah. Gotta put it all in.
And they are Superman.
All the way.
I guess I'm taking off the cape through the glasses in the trash. Being super is great, saving y'all is such a drag. Even God took a break, me I ain't coming back. I got one life to live, if you don't like it, that's your ass. Cause nobody saved me, plus when I park I'm just a peon. I could use somebody just like I'm the kings of neon. This world is cold as ice, mixed with salt, mixed with freon. They got me pissed off, but that's better than being peed on. For eons, human beings took kindness for weakness. When you constipated, you start to appreciate shit. Put before you life and death, and you just gotta choose. The kryptonite life means you still follow the rules. If your credit's messed up or your bills ain't paid, then it's getting disconnected. Can't nobody say the day. And I can fly, leave a building in a single bound, but I can't stand fair weather friends, and I just fly around. My super friends in Justice League, only folk I kick it with. Kill Lex Luthor, so what, we had to finish it. Kids play games and adults play for keeps. And me, I play to win, but I ain't playing in these streets. And life is not a joke, then again it ain't this serious. Superman can say the day, but God can say the Superman. Saga of the kryptonite, life just ended. You enjoy listening? Man, I'll finish it.
Lois, come holler at me. I got an ice couch. Thank you for coming out, listening. I knew you would like it because we made it. I'm so frigid and so fly.